I've never seen anything this beautiful in the entire galaxy. All right, give me the bomb.
Okay, folks, it's showtime!
Hello, good morning, good evening, good night. I can't be bothered thinking of anything interesting to say to begin this.
Lazy swine.
Alright then, fine.
Terrible.
If I had an intro, it would be better than this one.
Hey, that's good.
There we go. Yes, good morning, good evening, good night. Here in the Lock-In Botcon special.
Yay, we're all neon. That's what G2 is. Neon, baby. Ow!
Neon all the way.
Damn it, I can't look at either of you because my eyes hurt.
Feel the retinal burn.
What we're going to do for this show, I think, is instead of doing a great big 5-hour long show, possibly over 2 separate podcasts.
Shut up. Do not anger our betters. They will crush us.
Power is unlikely, but strong. What we're going to do is we're just going to throw some random bits and pieces out that we've seen that interested us about each panel.
Yeah.
Mr. Rob?
For those of us in the audience, over here, yeah, over here, who don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
What are you talking about?
For Botcon? Well, basically, once a year, Hasbro has a official Transformers convention. That official Transformers convention is called Botcon. Every year they give out, well, not free toys, they give out exclusive toys, and one free one, which then on the secondary market goes for your mortgage.
Stupid amounts of money.
And yeah, there's just lots of stuff goes on. And next year it's in Pasadena. And I'm seriously considering next year.
Wow.
I seriously considered this year, but it being in Disney World pushed the price just that bit
Hellish
too
expensive.
far.
Yeah.
So, really considering next year.
Ouch.
Yeah.
I'm really not.
Nah.
To be honest with you, you could probably do it so it isn't that bad. Be expensive, but it wouldn't be ridiculous.
Anyone living in America who listens to this podcast, you'd like to put us up for next year's Botcon? We are all house trained. Well, Adam slightly. Still needs a bit of work.
Just don't show me a lamppost.
Can't feed me after midnight and it can't get me wet.
I'm not touching that sentence.
That's
So-
wow.
We're going to throw this one off with the Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Hall of Fame, Rob. Don't ask. Don't
Okay.
tell.
It feels like it's about as much use as the WWE Hall of Fame.
No, the WWE Hall of Fame's a bit more.
The WWE Hall of Fame, I think, is fantastic.
It's a bit more of an event as well.
Yeah,
The
because,
WWE one actually gives you a chance to kind of go back to those fantastical wrestlers who didn't have the WWE behind them. And I think it helps you appreciate what got all the WWE superstars to where they were.
Fair enough. This Hall of Fame, however, had the following people go in. I'm going to read out 4 names. I may need help with 2 of them.
Japanese by any chance?
Yep. Bob Budiansky, writer of the Marvel G1 and creator of most of the profiles for the original G1 characters. Peter Cullen.
That's shocking.
Yeah, well, we knew that was going to happen. Whoops. Just something fell over and I don't know what it was.
Drink again.
Yes, he did.
Ugh, you can at least pass it here.
There you go, have some drink. Peter Cullen, I apologise for this. Kojin Hono. Do you want to read out the last 2 names for me, please? Mr.
Where are the names? Koji no. And Hideka Yoke, I think.
Okay. The last 2
Hideke, I think.
The last 2 worked on the toy designs.
And the last of the 2 partly gave his name to Yokotron. In animated.
Very true.
Hey!
I do remember reading a bit of this on the notes you gave us.
You read the notes?
Yeah,
You said you
on
didn't.
the site.
You said if I read the notes, I wouldn't be cool. I don't like you anymore.
There was a thing about the problems they were having doing the first stuff with Takara, was it?
Yep.
And all they had was like a black and white fax to try and get colours
Yeah.
and everything. They faxing between America and Japan. Now that was awesome.
See, nowadays we take that for granted. We just go, yeah, I'll just email him. Dear Takara dude, what colour will this guy be? It'll be red. Alright, thanks fella, bye.
Unfortunately, back in the 80s, in the early 80s at that, such things did not happen. No, you had faxes.
Should we mention the final entrant?
Well, before we do, I just want to mention one thing. All these people were guests.
Meh.
One person was a guest, but is not on this list. And his omission sorely hurts me. Where's Scott McNeil?
Yep.
The man who was
the fifth entry.
the man who has voiced, half the world.
Yeah, pretty much. And the fifth entry was
Well,
Dinobot.
I feel something that should be raised that was missing from that as well. Frank Welker.
Yeah.
He should have been a first year entrant.
Yep, you'd have thought so.
Saying that right now. You put in Cullen, you put in Welker.
I would have thought so. But no. But yeah, Dinobot from Beast Wars.
See, I still
went
love
in.
that random fact that was a public vote and he went in.
Yep. Do you know why?
Go on.
Do you know why he went in?
Apart from what I'm terribly afraid of, and even the guy himself denies.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Short Pact ran a storyline where one of the characters was getting re-voted into the US Senate. Yeah, one of them works in the Senate and works in a toy shop.
Yes. Yeah.
And was using Dinobot and his push to be in the Transformers Hall of Fame as the basis for her campaign. So far to the point where he drew a picture like the Barack Obama quotes that said "change" with honour on it, which is still awesome. I have it taken my eyebrow, and I still think partially that is something to do with it.
That could well be.
Because
See,
he did like a Dinobot week.
Yeah.
All the toy stuff was about Dinobot, and everything was about Dinobot because he loves him. And in fairness, who doesn't?
Oh yeah.
And I think that does, as much as David Willis denies this, he just, I don't think he can upset it in his head. In fact, today's Short Pact sums it up brilliantly. Well, when we recorded today's, is him standing on a table going, "Am I really that drunk, or did Dinobot just win?"
One thing that gets me is surely, I mean, as awesome as Dinobot is, surely you'd put in like the main characters that started the whole franchise
For the first year.
Yeah.
For the
You would have
first
thought
year.
so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but this is the guy. This is the one that was public vote.
Yep, this
And
was.
he's knocked out Grimlock, Soundwave, Shockwave, and Jazz.
And of course. No, Prime wasn't in the public vote, was
No,
it?
Prime was already in.
Yeah.
Prime,
yeah.
Starscream, Bumblebee, and Megatron were already in.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Why in God's name was Bumblebee in there?
Because Bumblebee's the face of the franchise now.
Yeah.
Fucking hate Bumblebee.
So you know what I did love?
You know something? No, I do as well. Didn't used to.
I'm getting sick.
I used to be the guy that stood up for G1 Bumblebee because I liked G1 Bumblebee. I even liked him in Dreamwave. I've always liked Bumblebee. Now, however, and I think I can put most of the blame on the Bumblebee miniseries, I can't stand the character.
I can put the blame on the fact that in the Revenge of the Fallen toy line, there's about 15 variants of him.
Yep. And it,
Just in the deluxe.
as all we're getting now is just Bumblebee down the fucking throat.
I'm sick.
And for God's sakes, let's just have a gold bug. Come on.
Yeah.
One gold bug.
Though, I think just to sort of cap up the Hall of Fame stuff, they had cabinets.
Yep.
Very nicely laid out, had various toys in. Starscream must have already been partying because 90% of his figures had fallen over.
Yep.
Obviously, I know Dead Metal put a picture on the forums of one. I can't remember which one it was.
It was
but
one of the Power Core, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that
it fallen over.
Yeah.
And my instant reply was, "Dude, go look at the pictures of Starscream because they've got like the G2 and the G1, and about 4 or 5 of them are just on the back."
Might have to
He's
try
been
and,
partying a bit early, baby. Woo!
might have to try and find one of those pictures and post that.
Yeah, I think TFW. I remember seeing it.
I don't understand, personally, I don't understand how a Hall of Fame can really work for Transformers.
Yeah,
It doesn't. This means nothing.
Yeah.
There was a question asked in, I think it was last month's Q&A session with Hasbro. Is the Hall of Fame going to lead into anything?
Is it going to be anything? And they basically just danced around the subject.
Oh, they basically answered it in such a way that went, it's feck all.
Yeah.
It's something to do on the in the dinner night.
Yeah.
That's all.
I think it's a nice. It's something to do on that dinner, and yeah, to a certain extent, it's still nice to turn around once a year and go, we recognise these guys for what they've done.
Yes,
but it still, to a certain extent, feels like a bunch of contrived bullshit.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, if you look at who there is, they're the people that they've got as guests.
Minus one.
Yeah, minus one. Minus a few, actually. But
yeah, they might as well just...
All it is, every year we're going to see the majority of the guests being put in the Hall of Fame because they're the people they've managed to get over for that weekend. Yeah, that's it. That's all it's going to be. And every year we'll probably get a run of characters, and then the original run of characters will have people going, oh, well, it's not going to be so-and-so, is it? Because so-and-so doesn't what and what. And then that one will get in, because if there's one thing this fandom that we all adore does not like, it's being told what to do. And that is my firm belief that why Dinobot went in. To go against the grain. To go against everything.
We'll put him in to just appease them Beast Machines people.
Yep. I honestly think it's... Dinobot's going in because the G1ers are complaining. Forward!
I shouldn't be on there, he should not, and they shouldn't even go.
Because let's face it, we have a slightly splintered fandom.
Oh, yes.
There's always infighting, be it G1ers versus Beast Wars, be it just Sight versus Sight, whatever.
What? There's fighting?
Oh, God,
there's lots of fighting.
There's loads of fighting.
Do they have like a fight room?
No. It's actually close to Anchorman. Hey, I just speared a guy with a trident.
Here are the rules. 1. No touching of the fingers or mouse buttons. Oh, of course. Second rule. There are no rules.
Don't bend my toys.
What the fuck? WTF. LOL. Trident.
Oh my God, Radio Free Cybertron's killed 15 people.
Evangelist, where did you get a hand grenade? I don't know.
Look at that. Dave and Andy are just a group of dead bodies. There must be 30 of them. In the background, there's just Dreadwing tearing someone's throat out. I think we need to move away from this.
Now I've just had this awesome image of Dave and Andy running down the steps. I'm just going, and then I can't even do it. I think it's that funny. In his Newcastle accent going, don't forget about the Moonbase 2 podcast.
You've got the Cybertron people fighting away at the old spot. There's this massive explosion and as McFeely just walks out.
Sugar fan!
Shooting people with his X-ray laser eyes.
I still just have this wonderful image of Evangelist walking through the crowd with a hand grenade going, ah! Ah!
Gog Dog with a pair of ninja assassin knives.
Seriously, I think we've got an event here.
Yeah.
Just looking down from above this firm and staring at them like some huge predatory bird.
And Aaron Archer. Dance, my pretties!
Riding
dance.
Aaron Archer like a massive surfboard. Come, man board! I am Furman, rider of the spaceways.
Like a vast predatory bird, because it's never over.
But it's over, finished.
All we need is a referee, and I suggest the guy out of Celebrity Deathmatch. Alright, I want a good clean fight. I want a nice pair of shoes. I want a hand sandwich. Let's get it on.
I've got this image of Roche just standing there. Let's get ready to rumble.
Seriously, I think we've just started.
And McFeely just firing flint dilly cannons at people.
I think we have just come up
People
with
trying to confuse him with Allspac.
Just throwing almanacs.
There's volume 3! Oh! We've got him now, strike while he's weak. Ah!
We cannot get past his defences.
I'm trying to set him on fire with fire cons. Spark, you bastard, spark!
I wonder half an overlord through his head.
I think we have just come up with it. Fantastic.
Oh, I've given myself a headache.
I reminded about how hot it is and why I hate leather couches when it's hot.
Oh, God, I'm sweaty.
Mate,
Did you just censor me with a burp?
possibly.
Right,
Moving on.
yes,
I
so...
think that's all we need to talk about with the whole thing.
Well, that escalated quickly.
Well, you're going to keep your head screwed on in a massive nerd cockfight.
Nerd cock. Right, freaking hell. Oh, Old Oilhouses, to me, the army of the night. So, let's talk about the designers panel.
Yeah.
So, we're getting a G1 Legends Megatron, eh?
Yes, obviously anything we speak about with G1 Legends, we have no pictures.
No. In fact,
So
everything in this designers
Yeah,
panel, there was
from the
no
designer
pictures.
there is no pictures, so we're just going to gloss over it in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
Yes, the G1 Legends, I really want to see pictures, especially the fact that A, they have rub signs,
Yeah.
and B, Megatron fits in Starscream's hand,
Yeah.
or the Masterpiece Starscream.
Well, do you want to be really honest what I want this for?
Go on.
Browning.
Yeah,
I want this guy, he's going to get repainted and he's going to be my Browning.
nice.
When you say legends, which ones are they?
The tiny.
Tiny ones.
Okay.
You
Like
must have
the-
seen
like
them.
the
They're clogging up
3 quid in
shelves.
Tesco's one,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're clogging up shelves everywhere.
Don't get me wrong, some of them are really cool,
Mm.
but they're starting to become shelf warmers, like
Yeah.
most of the movie line in this town.
Yes, it won't freaking move.
Yeah.
How am I supposed to buy yet more Sky Stalkers if they won't freaking move?
Ooh, that's
Right.
something that we have to mention.
We'll be coming to that.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, I really want some of these. I want to see what they look like, obviously, but I'd
Yeah.
really... Obviously, the Megatron tempts me, because it'd be nice to have one from Masterpiece Starscream.
Yep.
No
no orange cap.
Yay!
Tiny gun. Tiny,
I think
tiny
somebody
gun.
was saying it's like the tiny gun from Back to the Future 3. Then he's got his hat and he's like, pew, pew, yeah. Tiny gun. But no, that should be cool. I really want to see what we come out with that.
You also realise that because you've got Masterpiece Megatron,
Mhm.
you might be able to fit the tiny Megatron in his hand.
Shooting who's
And-
playing with himself.
He can have Megatron playing with himself. How good would that be?
Masturbation. Playing with himself.
Also, there was a scout called Windcharger. Once again, no pictures.
Yeah.
But apparently he looks very universe. And this
Yeah.
is why I'm bringing him up, he can use the weapons of the deluxe
Yes.
figures. Now, this is something that started in Hunt for the Decepticons and seems to be
They're doing
continuing.
something different with it, though. It's magnets.
Yes.
I'm all for magnets fun.
Oh, yes. Yes, please. More magnets.
Mm.
So, I'm hoping this idea continues.
Yeah,
Because
it's
I
just magnets.
love
Why
this
not?
idea.
Yeah. Because for a while I was like, what the hell are those little clips on Skystalker?
Yeah.
What the hell? And obviously you can stick it on his arms as like Tomfers.
Mhm.
I like that. But yeah, you can use them on the other ones.
Yeah.
So it's like, whoop.
Looking forward to that one. The deluxes. I'm just going to fire through a couple of these and get your first thoughts on them. Skullgrin, repaint of Dark Mount, has a skull head mould.
Yes!
I'm happy about this, but I'm also annoyed.
Go on.
Because I was going to order the Cybertron Unicron to repaint a Skullgrin.
Ah,
And then all of a sudden, ta-da, we're getting a Skullgrin next year.
sorry.
I'll wait for it.
Yeah, I like the idea. It makes me think of the Stormbringer one.
Yes.
So he's robotic, but he's got that skull face. I
Yeah.
think that's going to work really nicely.
Scourge.
Yes!
Last of the three of the movie. So that means we'll finally have a proper Scourge, Cyclonus, and Galvatron.
Unfortunately, Galvatron's a turd. But
Yeah, but I'm happy with that.
yeah, no, I can see my army building a little bit with that, getting him and trying to get another two for two
Yeah.
sleeps.
I'm definitely going to be doing that.
You know, maybe seeing what Takara does with the Henkei one.
Cliff Jumper, repaint of Wolf Cybertron Bumblebee.
With
Not-
the horns?
Yep, with horns, so it's a remoulded head.
Yeah, and we know they've already done it because of the instructions for what the Cybertron Bumblebee had his bitch.
Yes!
Yes! Thank you, Hasbro!
Oh, what a great cock-up that was.
Yeah, no, I really love the fact that it's not just a straight Bumblebee repaint.
Yep, really happy with that.
Good work.
So,
Finally, somebody listened.
hi. Thunderwing. Apparently looks pretty close to the original. I will hold judgment on this one.
I need to see a picture, but
Yeah.
I am really excited about that.
Really want.
Thunderwing rocks my world. I love Thunderwing. The fact that they're doing... It sounds like they're going to have him transforming to a similar vehicle like he used to be.
Yes.
Because there's a detachable drone at the front.
Yep.
Which in the figure was the inside robot.
Thunderwing was the thing.
Guy who stole the Matrix.
In Marvel, he stole the Matrix. In IDW, he was...
Giant monster of death!
Which one are they making
Stormbringer.
a figure out of?
Don't know. No pictures.
From what they're saying, I'm thinking it's probably going to be slightly more G1ish.
Yeah, probably.
But I don't know how it's going to look, because obviously every
If it
time
was
he's been
gonna be-
betrayed, it's his organic shell.
Yeah.
If it's going
pretend
to
shell
be
on his-
the one from Stormbringer, I'd be quite interested.
I think it's going to be a pretty good figure no matter what. If there's a bit
Yeah.
of both.
I'm intrigued to see what...
I'd be happy even with the wing kibble from IDW.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, mixing that thing of it is his shell, but he does.
Yeah, but
It
it's
is
not.
him.
It's not going to be a real shell, though, is it? This,
No,
this
it's-
isn't going to be a pretender.
Yeah.
Well, let's hope
But if
not.
they do like what they did with Bludgeon and they have hints of his shell on it,
Yeah.
like if that face is the pretender face,
Yeah.
job's good.
Deluxe tracks, apparently. He's
Yeah,
going to look like Generation tracks.
Yeah, I'll have a bit of that.
Generation 1 tracks.
Give us the Autobot cows.
Yep. It also means that the small cars for me to repaint into Stunticons.
Yes.
Get in.
The most embarrassed Transformer ever.
Red face. Did I ever show you that awesome public service announcement I have? Where someone breaks into tracks and he stands up and he's like... Yes, it was. It was you that we were just sitting there making up our own bits for it. Hey kids, don't steal cars.
It might transform and kill you.
Pterodite we've talked about last week. Tomahawk we talked about last week. Mindset. Repaint of Hailstorm.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Why not?
Fallback. A repaint of Brawn as Outback.
Is that the Hunt for the Decepticons one?
Yes.
Oh yes, I quite like that. I quite like the look of that figure. I've not seen one to pick it up, but I quite like the looks of it.
And now the two that really got me excited out of this little run. Out of the run of deluxes. Jazz and Perceptor.
Yes.
Oh yes, please. Yes, freaking
Jazz
please.
Definite Perceptor. Have you seen what they're saying about what they're going to do? They've already said.
Yep.
This
repaint.
is what I like. They're admitting repaints from the freaking get go.
Oh yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, repaint as Reflector.
Yeah.
Happy with that. It also means I don't have to spend time building a Perceptor.
Yeah.
So, double happy.
They're saying that his chest is going to flip down as well.
Yeah.
So he can scan stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
So is he going to transform into the...
No, I think they're saying he's going to be a truck.
Yes.
It's going to be like a van truck thing.
Because I was actually quite... I was going to be quite intrigued to see how they...
You couldn't market a transformable microscope nowadays. It just isn't going to happen.
I just think it'd be nice to see how they did it.
The doctor had the advantage of takes the brain. It's the brain!
Yeah, but he was a scout,
Yeah.
not a deluxe.
But you know what I mean. But the fact that I think there's another one where they've fully admitted that they're going to repaint that mould into something. I love the fact that they're doing that. They're finally realising that we as a community are very picky on these things, and we as a community will sit there going, fuck's sake, you could have just told us you were doing a repaint.
Yep.
From day one. Because I know people who are like, I'm not interested in Perceptor. But Reflector, yes.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure Dave and Andy on Moonbase were saying about it.
I'm actually a week behind with all my
Reflector.
podcasts, so I don't know.
It
It was three.
was
wasn't
the
it?
free camera
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, it was the multi-body camera. It was like the army builder.
Yeah.
So are they going to
thing we
just...
had to send off.
Yeah.
Are they just going to put him into a one now?
Yeah,
I
they're just
think
gonna
gonna
call
go
him
from
Reflector.
I think they're going more off the G1
But I
idea.
bet you the Tech Spec or something will have his spy class viewfinder will have. Yeah.
Well, I know Dave was saying something about it'd be nice if they did like 4 repaints.
Yeah.
So you had one in the Marvel and that's the series colours, and then they're free from the figure. Yeah, they probably won't do that, but that'd be a nice touch.
No.
Or something that people who can repaint stuff can do. But yes, bring it on very much, and thank you Hasbro for your openness on what you're doing with
At
repaints.
least they're being honest. That's the thing that gets me. There is honesty. It's
I don't mind them doing repaints because it's a way to make more money on the mold.
Yeah.
And sometimes I like them, but it's nice if they admit them and they're saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to repaint it into this."
Yeah.
That I do like. Keep that going.
I agree wholeheartedly. In the Voyagers, we've got a new Fallen. His face can come
With
off.
a removable face.
He's got a removable face. Also, have you seen his colours?
Blue.
Yeah. It's going to be darker than that.
Eesh.
Dark
I
and
don't
blue,
get that at all.
dark and blue and purple. I don't get it, but you know what?
Go on.
I'm seeing Cryotech.
Yeah. Because of the blues.
Yeah. I'll be keeping an eye on that because if I like it, might get it and call it Cryotech. Because I didn't bother with any of the Fallen stuff because I can't stand that mold. But yeah, we'll see. There's a grapple coming, repaint of Inferno.
There was pictures of the Fallen, but there wasn't any pictures of Grapple.
No, the only pictures I think of anything there was Fallen and Highbrow.
Yeah.
We'll come to Highbrow shortly.
Oh yes. Grapple, Repaid of Inferno.
Yep, didn't see that.
Yes, please.
What I'm really happy about that is the fact that they're removing the water cannon and
Give him a
replacing it.
crane, yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that bugs me is how's that going to sit under his arm?
It's going to sit under his arm.
Yep. Water cannon goes
It's going to be like the with Gears of War set.
No, the engineer dude. Maybe it's the Energon dude. I can't remember. Wasn't it Demolisher? The blue crane.
Yeah.
It was under his arm, and it was just used as like a massive blade.
Yeah.
As well. Maybe they're going to do something like that.
Well, if there's a hook on the end of this, then I can see them doing something with that. So it's
I'll work
punching
with
weapon.
Yeah.
Punching. Right, Highbrow.
I don't know where I stand on this.
I know exactly where I stand on this.
I like the plane.
Yeah.
I think it's a nice touch to not just be a futuristic or modern jet.
Yeah.
I don't know about the robot mode.
No.
I also
need
don't
to
know
see
about the
better
fact
pictures.
that it's got miniguns.
I need to see better pictures
Yeah.
because right now I'm standing on. That looks horrible.
Yeah, the robot mode doesn't sound the miniguns. I don't like the fact there's modern guns on a World War II plane.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I don't like it at all. I really don't.
But as you say, if we can get more pictures or we can get,
Yeah. I mean,
get actual play with it.
And finally, oh yeah, Lugnut.
Yes, I need
Classics
pictures of this.
Lugnut. Well, Generations Lugnut.
I need Chug Lugnut.
Chug Lugnut. Chugnut.
Yeah. Yes, we need pictures.
I don't know. I really regret building the one I built now.
And oh my god, he needs to be able to kneel, so I can put him next to my Generations Classics Megatron, going, Lord Megatron.
I just want him to have a sound button. And he just plays bits of animated at you. Just press it. The mighty Megatron has told us. Yeah.
He also requires.
All hail the Decepticons.
He also requires a punch of kill everything.
Oh, yeah, I want that as a gimmick. I honestly, they have to work at screwing up a Lugnut.
Yeah, apparently he is in his animated colours, from
Yeah.
what has been said.
Yeah.
So they're already starting down a good path.
I want to see his head. I really want to see his head. I
want it to be like that animated head, but slightly more generationed.
Yeah.
But you can't go far wrong. You have a single eye and the jaw.
Well, single eye, and then 3 on each side of the head at the back.
I keep forgetting about those.
That's why I'm the kit basher. Power core combiners. I'm not going to go through all this.
Still sitting in the level of meh.
Yeah.
For those.
Yeah, nothing much
I'm
there.
just not fussed.
No. I like the scouts. There's one of them.
Don't get me wrong. Some of the figures do look nice, but I'm just not fussed.
There's the Decepticon fire engine.
Yeah,
I can't think of what his name is.
Yeah.
But I want him.
Yeah.
I really want him.
Somebody did point something out to me the other day. I've seen it I've seen it randomly
Bless you.
posted. Have you noticed how they're slowly sneaking in some of the other like groups
Yes.
with that? So there's like Target Master ones.
Yeah.
There's even Breast Force ones because some of them attach to the chest.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
that sells me a bit better. I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can check these figures out. With a bit of luck, there might be some at auto assembly.
Yeah. Hopefully.
So I can actually get a look at these, and it may swing at me at that point. I may turn around and go, "Oh yes."
I don't see me picking up many of the 5-packs, but I can see me picking up a load of the 2-packs.
Now, just because you've mentioned the 5-packs, I feel we should mention one of the 5-packs being released.
The Dinobots.
Yeah, which form of the beast.
I'm not going to have any opinion on this right now because I think it's a bad idea. I
definitely think it's a bad idea.
He says, giving away his opinion.
I know somebody else has used this reference, but this is a Darth Vader moment of no.
In every conceivable sense.
Yeah, Dare I ask what you are talking about?
Sorry, we've been speeding along here, haven't we?
Yeah.
I apologise.
Yeah, the power core combiner where they're going to do one big robot combines with 4 little vehicles, and they form limbs to make like an old style G-Stolt. They're doing one where it's Dinobots.
Oh.
It's not the Dinobots. It's a group called they are Dinobots because they're dinosaur robots.
The leader is going to be called Grimstone.
Yeah.
Oy.
Or is it Brimstone? Something like
no,
that.
No, it's Grim.
Yeah, and the combined form is being known as the Beast, which is referencing a comic which was included in the G1 DVDs about the idea of the Dinobots combining and then losing control and killing everybody in sight.
Yeah.
You would think cool, but no.
No, it really isn't. Yeah. Also, I want to talk about Ground Spike, because he turns into a cow catcher. And that's awesome.
Pretty cool when you change it to bumper.
I just think that's great. That's almost as good as the taxi minicon that was called Overcharge.
Nice.
Love that.
Should have called him Overcharge or doesn't pick up black people.
Yeah. Interesting thing though about the Grimstone Dinobots thing.
No.
Hasbro said they were looking around the internet and learning more about the Transformers. And they found out that people really enjoyed the Dinobots.
I think I speak for the Transformers community in a whole when they go, duh!
Yeah, that's actually what I've got written in front of me here in really big letters that I decided not to say.
How many times have they been requested about Dinobot re-release?
Oh.
How many times have they turned around and gone, the molds have been lost or damaged too much that we can't use them?
Yeah.
And they've only just started to twig now that people love Dinobots.
Yeah. Where's freaking hell are the rest of my classic Dinobots? Like, I want them, and I really want them. Someone apparently shouted Dino King repaint, and Hasbro said, stay tuned. So, let's...
Yeah, no, that idea I could work with.
Yeah.
I like the idea of there being a Dino King.
Yes.
Out of that. If that happens, I may pick that up.
Yep.
If only to sit there with the dinosaurs going ching 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 wee ching 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 wee.
I do think we need to talk about one thing. Once Upon a Time on Cybertron.
Oh, is this what I think it is?
The 13.
Yeah.
Right.
Yet again, I need to see pictures.
Oh, well,
bad things.
we need to see pictures of this because this is pointless without pictures.
Yeah.
Because this, to explain, for the non-news follower.
That's you, Mr. Rob.
Really? I didn't get that one.
Wave. Hi! Right. Hasbro have decided to, over the next few years, name the full 13.
Which I don't think is a bad thing.
No. The original Transformers.
Right.
Okay? There is no toy line. There is no fiction. There are some pictures, which we haven't seen yet.
Right.
Which are basically designs.
So these are designs for Transformers which are never going to come to pass.
Yes. As far as we can tell, yes.
But may get used in future comics or whatever. Like,
I
they'll
think
probably get chucked in there.
the basic idea is, I think that they're trying to find some way of having a complete backstory to merge everything together.
Right.
So you've got the movie, you've got the toy line. No matter what the toy line is called, it's going to have this backstory.
Yeah, it's something that will hack back to these 13.
Yeah, I think that's basically what it is, because they did it with the Power Core Combiners. There's a tiny backstory in there which references other stuff. It's just basically going, right, this is the current backstory for the toy line. I'm not going to read it all out. Basically, so far, they have named the following. Alpha Trion.
Shocker.
He has an artifact. That artifact is a quill.
Behold, my ancient biro!
Liege Maximo.
Yay. I was happy with that inclusion.
He had a flag, apparently, in the picture. He looks awesome, apparently.
Has the ram horns.
Yep. Golden. Vector Prime, who's golden now. And it looks like a Cybertron, but younger.
That worked.
He can control time and space, and his artifact is an hourglass. Not a sword. Not the big sword he uses to cut through time.
See, now when you've come to the end of this, I will mention some of it. Carry on.
Okay. Primer, the Warrior of Light, the first Prime. To give an idea of his size, the Matrix is on the hilt of his sword, and the Matrix looks very, very small.
That is awesome, though.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even want to read this.
Do you want me to read that now? Because I don't even need to see the sheet to know what you're shaking your head at.
Yeah, just read it.
Megatronus.
Yep. Megatronus.
End of the day, crap, we need another name. Megatronus?
That'll do.
That's what that feels like.
Yeah. You know how they're going to work it, don't you? Megatron took his name.
Yeah.
So which means that Megatron took his name from Megatron, who took his name from Megatronus. Who may have taken his name from Tyrannus.
Though I did think you could kind of tie that as... Because this is what I'm trying to say, what I'm saying at the end. Because of the time, they're like the myths and legends.
Yes.
So Megatronus maybe gets shorted to Megatron.
Yeah.
And that's where he takes the name from.
Yeah.
And they both take it from the Covenant of Primus.
Yeah.
Which has stuff about the first 13.
Yeah. Oh, probably. It just...
It does seem a little weak.
Yeah. It's the fact that he's black and red and has a fusion cannon.
Yeah. And then, should I go into the next one?
What was the next? I can't remember.
Well, you're going to have to.
The last one.
Well.
The Fallen. The evolution from Megatronus.
Yeah.
The what?
Yep, Megatronus becomes the Fallen.
See, I don't like the idea of that at all because that kind of makes Legion Maximo useless.
Yep.
Because he's supposed to be the source of all the Decepticons and evil.
Yep. You know what really annoys me is that 13, they've named 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Because 2 of them are one character. 5.
Yeah.
And
I don't think we should stick around with this too much.
No,
it just seems to envision hatred in this.
it
moment.
just seems pointless.
I can
to me.
see why they maybe wanted to do it because the first 13 have always been a bit shadowy.
Yeah,
We've had like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
And never anything's gone with it.
Hopefully they'll put the designs up at some point so
Yeah.
we can have a look at them and at least that's something.
I think possibly the designs you may have to look at them as like ancient architecture, ancient artwork.
Yeah.
They've embellished it more and more over the years.
Yeah.
So what you see as Alpha Trion with a quill is actually some dude who just had a data pad.
Yeah.
Or something more modern than that. I don't know. I need to see the pictures yet again.
Yeah. So we'll move away from that to the Transformers Prime.
Guess what? We find out nothing.
We find out absolutely bugger all.
I think they give us. They don't even give us a cast list, really, do they?
With Optimus Prime, RC, Bulkhead, Ratchet, Bumblebee, and Cliffjumper, and the Decepticons, Megatron, Starscream, Soundwave.
But they don't give us a cast list of who's voicing.
No.
So at this point in time, we only really know 2.
We know Cullen's Prime and Welker's Megatron.
And Jeffrey Combs is Ratchet.
Yeah. Well, I'm just going through stuff because that Power Ranger's Bumblebee. I can't remember his name. Hello.
There's only going to be like 3 Decepticons.
The characters will be revealed slowly throughout the series as the Decepticons begin to reveal themselves.
So it's going to start off with just 3 Decepticons.
Yeah.
And then sort of.
I don't mind that too much because if you go the animated route where each Decepticon is a match for a force of Autobots, that's cool.
Surely it means they're going to have to expand the Autobots as well, though.
Oh yeah, well that's going to happen anyhow because.
Yeah, they'll put.
Well, I was going to say there'll be a toy line, but will there?
Apparently not.
Yep.
There's not been anything said about it so far. I don't know what to think with that.
Well, they're not. Surely.
There's
no plans for a toy line as yet. I mean, there might be plans, but they've said nothing.
Yeah, the only thing I think is because it's. Well, there's a couple of theories I've heard. One is that they're not bothering with a toy line straight off the bat because it is movieverse.
Yeah.
And parents will sit there going, I've just bought you 15 Bumblebees. Why do you need another one? Because this one's the new Prime one. Well, tough, because it looks the same. Yeah, I think that's part of it.
What, are they all movieverse designs?
Yeah,
pretty much.
They're like movieverse stuff, but with done in animated. Like, instead of it being CGI, it's easier CGI.
Yeah.
Is that the thing that I watched something on one of the Transformers sites, one of the links you'd put up for this stuff? There was one of them. It was like number 8. It was.
No, it's not the Cyber missions.
That's.
It's not. There has been an image released. We'll dig it out and show you.
That's good because that was terrible.
We started because I watched one yesterday and just went, ugh, why did I watch this? Even the one with Lockdown I couldn't stand. But yeah, the other idea is they're being, and this is what I'm hoping is that they're being very hush about it all.
Yeah, they are telling you nothing
because they really want to keep this under wraps.
Yeah,
and then release it all in one go, so everybody will go wow, but probably not. Because you know what's actually scary? At this point in time, there have been more pictures and images released of G.I. Joe Renegades than there has of Transformers Prime.
This is
because
true.
We've seen a picture of Duke and a picture of Snake Eyes.
Yeah. And so far, we've seen out of this is
half a picture of Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Which is on a promotional picture, and considering the series is CGI, it's going to be nothing like it. Whereas G.I. Joe is the cell animated proper stuff that we've actually seen.
Some interesting stuff. I'm just trying to see if I can find it. I do apologise. Welker's deepened the Megatron voice.
Because he's older.
Yep.
He kind of can't help it.
It's been done by a CGI company, but it's not a Canadian one, so it's not.
Mainframe.
Yeah, whatever Mainframe became.
Rainmaker.
Rainmaker. Thank you very much. I apologise again. Right, here we are. Archer brought something called the book, right, which has everything in it. And this ties all of the mythologies together. So this is completely new. This isn't the movie universe. It's just movie-ish.
Yeah.
So that's all well and good, but there's something that worries me. I can't remember their freaking names. Dudes from the films.
Yeah, they're writing it, aren't they?
Yep. Because apparently they are massive Transformers fans.
Really?
Apparently so, but I saw no... Yeah.
In fairness, they didn't write the second one because they were striking.
True, but they did write...
They did write the first
They
one.
wrote a premise. Then again. Also, no flames on the Prime truck.
Meh.
Yay.
Not fussed.
Yeah, that just seems... Will we see various forms of various characters? Yes, maybe. We have some surprises left. Really? Do you? Because at this point we know nothing.
There's several surprises.
Yep, and Susan Blue will be directing the show.
Yeah, she's voice directing, which has led some people to go, oh, is she going to be RFC? It depends how often she's in the show.
She's voice directed every show, well, since Beast Wars. She voice directed Beast Wars, Beast Machines, didn't do RID. Don't think she did the Unicron trilogy actually, but did do animated.
Yeah, but people saying, oh, is she going to be RFC? It depends how much she's going to be in the show. If RFC's in like one every 5 episodes, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
She's got like 2 lines every, maybe. If she's up centre in front all the time, probably not.
No, probably.
She's got enough work to do. Yeah, as
Sure.
much as it would be cool. Yeah. But it would also be nice to get somebody else in. Hell, after that fan video I seen, a certain hailstorm maybe.
Should we move on to the Takara Tomy panel?
Yes!
Right.
I believe that was a high-pitched yes.
I'm going to start this with a quote, because I quite like this. There is no one that can say they touched every Transformer product ever made, but this gentleman can say that. Now, that doesn't make any kind of sense. Now, if it said there is one man that can say they've touched every Transformers product ever made, this man. That makes sense. The grammar on this is terrible. Aaron Archer needs...
It's his beard.
Alright.
It needs fed.
He is the...
Feed the beard.
He's no longer the angry Archer. He's the Aaron bearded Archer.
Fossil.
So, it's about Haikiyuki?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Just quite...
He's asking me because I haven't got a fucking clue.
You pronounced it before. You pronounced it.
Yeah, I was going on pure guesswork.
Carry on.
I was trying to make it look like I was intelligent.
You've just ruined it. You
Yeah.
douchebag.
I'm sorry. Right. Not a huge amount here. There's some bits and pieces, but not much really that we can discuss.
Can't remember what I was
However,
so excited about now. Hang on.
really good question. Why did the Transformers succeed and no the GoBots? Answer, most of the people in this room know why.
It's because the GoBots sucked ass.
Shh, don't tell that alternate version of us that. They're the ones that do the command centre.
I think we could sum up why GoBots failed within the first few lines of the song. GoBots. Nah, fuck that.
To be honest with you, I think they failed because they didn't put any character bios. Yeah, that's exactly it.
I've got Leader 1. What does he do? He fly?
We
I've got Optimus Prime. What does he do? Wow! He's a truck, but he also splits his consciousness into his trailer and into Roller, who's in the back. And if them get hurt, then he gets hurt. Ooh!
One of the things I thought was quite interesting in this was when they were talking about fax machines, and how that was the most modern technology to be able to try and do stuff.
Fax me that sideswiper repaint. Okay.
It's the same
It's
colour.
black and white. Why was doing so many black repaints?
Yoki-san reveals his favourite Transformer that he designed is Perceptor.
Fair dues.
How many Perceptors do you think sold in the dealer room right after that?
Present.
Give me. Yeah, I mean, there was not really much there that it's worth talking about.
It's still kind of cool that they've got Takara there, though. Partially because they're just bugging him in the Hall of Fame.
I think kind of like the...
But I
I
think it's kind of cool.
scanned through that sort of like interview thing that you put up. I did kind of like the thing they were saying about he had to move to Rhode Island or something.
Yeah.
And basically not only learn new language, but learn a whole new culture.
Ouch.
Because obviously the Japanese culture and the Western culture are quite different. Probably him having to learn that sort of thing probably helped a lot with communication about, you know, things with the toys and that. Because there are a lot of things in sort of different cultures that, you know, it seems to us who've been brought up with it completely and utterly second nature.
Yeah.
Like saying like you wouldn't have to mention a certain thing because it'd be stupid for you not to know that.
Yeah,
but for someone from a completely different country.
Well, we're talking about a completely different country in the 80s as well, where there was no internet. The world was still quite a large place back then.
Yeah.
Instead of the shrinking place it is now.
Yeah.
2 interesting things here I've just noticed. 3 actually. See, things, if I just scan through stuff, instead of reading it properly, I see stuff. Rather than going, nope, not interesting. Right. Hasbro did not want too many triple changes because they didn't want to start a trend where kids thought there would be 3 toys in one instead of 2 toys in one. Thought that was quite interesting.
I think that works as well, because then it makes them a bit more special. If everybody was a triple changer, it'd be boring.
Yeah. What are the questions? Sorry?
It's kind of weird that, because I've never actually thought of Transformers in that sense before. There's 2 toys in one.
Yeah.
No?
I do slightly.
I mean, it's quite obvious.
Yeah, that's what it is, yeah.
You know, you've got a truck, and then, hey presto, you've got a robot.
Yeah.
But I've never actually thought of them as 2 toys in one. I've always just thought of them as 1 toy.
Okay. I've always seen them as the 2 toys in one.
Never have.
Nah, when I was younger, it was just, great, I've got a Transformer.
Aye.
I never thought of, I can play with this as a car. And just as a car. No, I would never do that. Play him as a car and a robot.
I wish I still had my old Siren. He was my best police car ever. He ran over all my G.I. Joes.
Hang on, as long as it was just G.I. Joe, that's fine. Cobra!
No, I only had 2 G.I. Joes. I don't even know who they were.
Fair dues.
But then again, I had a blue Optimus Prime, so feck knows what that was.
It was Diaclub.
I think so, but I'm not sure.
Sounds like it was Magnus.
No, it wasn't Magnus, it was Prime. Had the trailer, not the Magnus suit.
Sounds like it was Diaclub.
I don't know. Will we see a reissue G1 Shockwave? Yoki-san's reply, wouldn't you rather see a new Shockwave? Yes.
That is a good reply.
Yes.
Yes, I would love to see a new Shockwave.
Right, and this is quite a good one. Do you think we'll see an Alternity Cyclonus or Scourge Perceptor or G1 style Motormaster?
Ooh.
Motormaster is on our radar, but we have no plans right now.
Ooh.
So, that's interesting.
What kind of powers would he have, considering that shooting you back in time has gone and time crotches have gone and altering the very reality of matter itself has gone?
To be honest with you, I wouldn't even want to hazard a guess.
Maybe he's got a bumper that goes through you and removes your vital organs.
No, that's too simple.
And teleports you 2 foot away.
It would have to be a bumper that he could throw. And as he throws it, it splits a hole through the space-time continuum, goes back to the beginning of time, and then brings something from that time to kill you at your birth.
I've got it. His bumper is the improbability drive.
Yes.
He turns you into a couch.
In fact, I think that's even not crazy enough. I don't want to even think.
He has a facial twitch which makes every animal on the planet scratch behind its left ear.
Yep. We've got ourselves an Alternity character. Alternity Rob exists.
Get the car on the line with. Got a pitch.
Who do you want this to be? Scat shot. Double punch. The next panel was the Bob Budiansky panel. Once again, there's not really much to go into. I mean, anybody who's a massive Transformers fan knows who Bob Budiansky is. So, Rob, Bob Budiansky is the guy that came up with... I saw your hand go up before you even moved. Is the guy that came up with the profiles to start with. It actually says here that Hasbro approached Marvel with the Transformers as they did with G.I. Joe. Jim Shooter wrote the Transformers treatment, and Bob showed off the 8-page treatment with handwritten edits. Auntie was the original name of the arc. I'm glad that changed.
Jeez.
Buster was originally called Spike, which was the name of someone Jim Shooter knew. Starscream was originally called Ulktar. Yeah.
Wow.
Hasbro rejected the name Megatron because it was too scary. It's supposed to be scary, Bob argued.
It worked.
Ratchet was a girl. Ratchet was to be named Cool Hand Lube or Grease Finger.
Yeah, I like that idea of it being female and being called Cool Hand
Hasbro
Lube.
replied that there was to be no female Transformers because these are boys' toys.
So that's changed.
Jet Fighter Firebolt was Jetfire's real name. Original name.
I'm quite glad that changed.
Rob and Jet Fighter Firebolt sit near the tree.
It doesn't work as well, does it?
It just doesn't roll off the tongue.
Blaster was based on Clint Eastwood.
Ow, what?
No idea. After doing the 1984 line, Budiansky received 85 product listings.
I just had a brilliant idea.
Yes.
You gotta ask yourself, Bob, did I shoot 3 tapes out of my chest or 4?
Do I still have a rhino in here?
Do you feel lucky? Punk!
Have I still got a rhino in here?
It wouldn't really be, do you feel lucky, punk? It'd be more of a kind of, ow, do you feel lucky?
Your day must be kind of sucky. I hope you're feeling lucky.
Shut up, Robot Roblox.
And don't talk to me, ducky.
Go to sleep, you little trash heap.
Bob received the 85 product listings and product materials, including prototypes. 85 product listings.
There you go. There you go, insert some character.
He burnt out 3 writers over 4 issues of the miniseries and became writer at 5. Stan Lee loved the Decepticon graffiti issue and he sent in a fan letter.
Wow.
And this is the interesting one. When asked if Grimlock was stupid or merely had a speech impediment, Bob Budiansky implied that he was unintelligent but driven. He describes Grimlock as an uber-nationalist Autobot.
I have no clue what he means by that.
By uber-nationalist? Not a clue.
Well, to me, it just sounds like he's very...
He's prideful of Cybertron.
Being an Autobot, yeah. He's
I'm assuming...
driven to prove the Autobots are the best.
Yeah,
but
that's what I think
maybe
it
more
means.
on the Dinobot sort of thing. That's what it kind of feels like to me, anyway.
To be honest, I don't like the idea of him being unintelligent.
Yeah, I've never liked that idea.
No, I like Grimlock being smart.
Yeah.
But sounds...
Plain dumb.
Yeah, everyone thinks he's stupid.
Yeah,
Everyone.
funnily, you guys know I love animated Dinobot. Animated Dinobots and they are retarded. Go figure!
Cars and trucks bad!
Yeah, I love Cars and Trucks bad.
Stupid nature. Right, Hasbro marketing. Unless anybody's got anything to say about Bob Budiansky.
No, thanks for all the good work, mate.
Buddy.
David.
Hasbro marketing panel. I'm just going to blast through a few of these.
They said, we're going to give guys in America stuff. We're going to skip Germany.
Yeah, we're going to fuck the UK in the ass.
Yeah, we're only going to
we're
send the
gonna do
deluxes
what we
to the UK. They don't need Voyagers. Bastards. Right.
They need toys.
Deluxe is Hailstorm's coming out. He's not far off. Tomahawk and
I
Pterodite.
can't think of Hailstorm as a he.
No, I have real difficulty here.
That's terrible.
Tomahawk and Pterodite are coming out. They look nice. Sea Spray's out. I don't know why they're talking about that because he's cool. Sunspot, the Skystalker repaint.
Yay!
More Skystalker for me! I'm gonna army build that little bastard.
And of course, in those colours, it kind of looks like the G1 Skystalker.
Yep. Banzai-tron.
Done.
What are your feelings on the Banzai-tron?
I will pick one up if he's cheap, but or if I've not got Bludgeon.
Yeah.
But Bludgeon is if it's the option of the two and they're the same price, I'll get Bludgeon first.
Yeah.
I don't feel as much of a
Which
connection.
one was Banzai-tron again?
He's the repaint of the Bludgeon. Yeah, the
Black, greens, and reds.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. I don't mind him. I wouldn't mind picking one up, but I would prefer Bludgeon. I'd say if the two were there, Bludgeon would get picked first because he's Bludgeon.
And then, of course, they talked about the War for Cybertron figures, the Drift figure, the Thrust figure, Megatron, Dark Mount, which we've pretty much all talked about.
Yeah.
All these Blur's coming out, and I really want to see a Blur Drift side-by-side comparison.
See how different they are, considering that Blur is a remoulded head and new weapons.
Yeah, just the colours make it look really different.
Yeah.
Should we move on to the gaming?
Yeah.
Right. So we've got Matt Teager and Aaron Archer. As Aaron Archer does his usual thing of being everywhere at once.
Brief interlude.
Yes. Tager basically says that he made a game he wanted to play. Took a manila folder with Bumblebee, gave a impassioned speech, and from the original to the end, the Bumblebee didn't change too much. Philosophy on the multiplayer, boil it down to what matters. Escalation is the best way to play War for Cybertron. They wanted Ultra Magnus in the game, but they couldn't figure out the right way to put him in. Yeah. The project... they had a summit in Rhode Island when they encountered of things to do throughout the brand, including fans from conventions ideas, and laid it all out. It's ongoing and has so far reached 300 pages.
Wow.
So something interesting is taking place. Don't tell you what it is, but I think this War for Cybertron is the fictional beginning for it.
Yeah.
What I was saying before about the 13 and the Power Core combiners, it's all going to connect.
Yeah, it's gonna.
Over the next 2 years or so, we're going to see lots of stuff connecting. That's what I hope and think. Really not much.
Yeah, I think they mentioned they were going to do some DLC packs for it.
Yeah, some DLC coming, but the game had only been out a week.
Yeah, it's barely been out a week at that point.
Yeah, so there's not really much going on. Yeah, I mean...
Much of muchness, really.
Yeah, there's just...
Next one?
I'm just going through everything here, looking at it. Possible brand expansion, RPG, maybe. Aaron Archer wants Twisted Metal Transformers. Was Barricade based on the movie The Micron? The Micron? No, that's a silly question. Micromaster, wasn't he? Barricade? Yeah, he was part of the sports car patrol. Yep, some movie elements. DS version, Hot Rod is named Hot Shot because Hot Rod is an unprotected name.
Yep.
Couldn't call him Rodimus because the story of Rodimus is still being worked on at Hasbro.
Hang about. They saying there's supposed to be Hot Shot in.
Hot Rod is in the DS version of War for Cybertron. So I bet he turns up in a DLC.
Wouldn't surprise us.
But yeah,
I know the Wii one's supposed to be like completely different.
Yeah, Cybertron Adventures, kids.
Yeah, we get a war, you get an adventure.
It's just basically because they didn't want to.
I know it's been a good move.
Shave down the game and then produce a crappy.
It's been a good manoeuvre though, giving it a separate one. I like that idea.
Because let's face it didn't work for Force Unleashed. Having a shaved down version on the Wii. That was terrible.
No. They wanted to put the Dinobots and the Constructicons in. They just didn't see any way of doing it, so it was right. Interesting one. Somebody asked, "What are the sales?" And Tiger responded, "We don't get the sales data until a month after its release." Shame. They really should have. Activision dropped the ball on this. I really do think they did. Is Beast Wars going to be incorporated? Don't know.
How do you mean by Activision dropped the ball?
Activision, through the entirety of War for Cybertron being released, dropped the ball.
Yeah.
They didn't release enough copies.
Because this was universally around everybody.
Yeah.
I've known from about 2 or 3 people fandom who just couldn't find it.
Yep. Further south
I know
you get.
that one problem is the fact that Activision are getting a bit too big for their boots.
Of course, they're the new EA.
Yeah, they've hit it big with Call of Duty.
Yep.
And now they
own World of Warcraft.
They were asking for the last Call of Duty. They were talking about a recommended retail price of $54.99 for it.
I was pissed at my 45.
Yeah, well,
and I was pissed at that.
No, this wasn't War for Cybertron. This was Call of Duty, the last one.
Yeah, I'm just saying I was pissed at having to pay 45 for a game.
They wanted retailers to put it out at 54 because they knew people would pay it.
Yeah.
I mean, in my mind, because I'm not a Call of Duty fan, hell, charge £100 just for the standard thing, because some stupid idiot will pay for it.
Still
It's purely meant Call of Duty.
Call of
But,
Duty
you
is
know.
awesome. Shut up.
It just
Is it purely mint?
Well, in the sense that I use that term, yes, because some of the people I hear on it sometimes. My mocking skills have gone up like 5 levels because of those people on.
Here, have 12 points to your mocking skill.
Yeah.
But fair dues, charge. No offense, but charge that much for that because the morons will pay for it.
None taken. I bought mine pre-owned, and that was still 30 quid.
But stuff like War for Cybertron and all the other stuff, charge a regular price for it.
Yeah.
You know.
I'm still shocked at the fact that it's 45.
Yeah.
Absolutely
when I was
shocked.
told that, I didn't think, I'm not going to pay for it because, I wanted it. I wanted it there and then.
When I bought it, it was 50.
I wouldn't have paid 50.
No.
In all honesty, 45 I would pay.
I didn't pay 50.
No,
I
yeah,
traded stuff in.
Yeah,
I didn't pay any money out at all, but still, I had to trade in more stuff than I wanted to because
if I'd come to the counter and said, "Can I have my pre-ordered copy of War for Cybertron, please?" and they turned around and said, "Yes, that's 50 quid," I would have said, "Fuck it," and left.
Yeah, can I have my deposit back? Bye.
Yeah, I wouldn't have paid 50 for it. Not a chance. 45, I'm not happy with, but I'll pay.
To be honest, I think it's. I mean, I haven't had a chance to go on the online and try the online.
No, me neither.
I mean, I didn't particularly like the online demo, but I think escalation might be quite good.
Yeah. The hard mode.
Yeah, once I get online with that, but I think it was worth it. On the whole.
I'll move on with this because I don't want to get too much into the
we're
game.
getting bogged down.
Because
Cybertron, but we'll deal with that.
War for Cybertron, I want to give it its own
Yeah.
episode. Right, 2 interesting questions here. Any possibility of DLC for further customization, such as more Decepticon leaders or Autobot soldiers? Not ready to say anything yet. So that's a yes.
Yeah.
The other one was, will High Moon be like Infinity Ward and pump out good Transformers games whilst others put in filler crap movie titles? How do you answer that?
Yeah.
And I do think Tiger does it right with, I can't talk about anything like that right now, but we have a great relationship with... I'm missing a word here.
Hasbro.
Yeah,
It must be
right
Hasbro
now
or the
with
fans.
mutual respect, it is a relationship I think will continue for quite some time.
Yeah, it must be with Hasbro,
that's an answer with no answer. Because
that's basically going to let them dickheads crank out Transformers free movie game. It will be shit. Come back to us.
Yeah, because I do think there'll be the second will be out.
Well,
boundedly.
It could have easily just turned around and said yes.
But that's him nicely skirting around the issue so he doesn't step on any toes.
Another one. Did you look for other voice actors or did you look into the originals? Peter Cullen investigated originals, but they all sounded older, and this game takes place before G1.
I love that. They all sound older. Duh. Because they are all older.
Yes.
It's been like 30 years.
So it didn't fit. So they went through all kind of cartoon and video game voice actors. The guy who was slated to do Breakdown turned out to be not right, and he was down for all the lines. Instead, he got the part to do the introductory sequence and sounded just like the announcer narrator guy from G1, and Breakdown was recast. And he does. He sounds like
He sounds like
Vince.
the guy from the beginning of the animated movie.
Yeah, Vince.
McMahon.
No.
DeCola.
As soon
not DeCola.
As soon as
McMahon.
No.
as soon
It's
as
Vince McMahon.
that first bit of text came up and that voice came on,
Yeah.
all I could hear in my head was the maniacal Megatron.
Maniacal Megatron.
It was just
Well,
like
in 24 hours' time, I will know this feeling.
Yeah. Possibility for more Wolf Cybertron toys? Aaron Archer says, maybe.
Yeah, I think he said something like they're looking into doing stuff like that.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
already
he
have
does-
done stuff like
he
that.
does make
You've done 4.
He does make a comment about it be silly. It'd be silly.
It'd be
not
foolish
to,
not to capitalise on it. Yeah.
You might as well, even if you just chuck it in like a Generations line.
What I
You don't have
quite
to give it
like,
its own line. You just got to put it in the end of the one.
what I quite like out of the answer is it makes sense to do Bumblebee and Soundwave, and they were designed in half the time a normal figure warrants.
What?
I think he's missaid that. If you think about a Bumblebee, what do you do to every Bumblebee figure?
make it shit.
Repaint it red.
Yeah.
Soundwave, repaint that red.
Mm.
Plaster. I think that's what he means. Because I've seen the reviews of the Wolf Cybertron toys, and those things are bloody complex.
Maybe it's not taken as long because they were already established 3D model designs.
That's what
Maybe.
what I was possibly thinking.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because
I don't know how much.
I don't know how well they transform in real life as they do in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, they do look. I mean, the transformation sequence is a bit fast to see how everything would fit together, but they do look like there's a possibility that all these parts could move to.
Yeah, I was going to say if they'd done for lack of better terms, a Don Fig War Within.
Yeah.
Where he's worked out how they transform.
Yeah.
And
I mean, if they've done that, then
they basically just go, here's our notes.
Yeah, basically
make a toy.
They could say to the toy makers, basically we'll give your laser printer, this section, and this section, and you just figure out where all the pins and joints go.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think of it like that, but yeah, I think you're bang on the money there. Should we move on to the Peter Cullen panel?
Yeah, why
not? I remember reading some of this.
See, because I haven't read any of this lot. For some reason, my news feeds didn't pick up any of this stuff. I just got the toy feeds. Or maybe I just looked over it. Oh well.
I don't really. Should I just go through a couple of these questions because some of these are ridiculous.
Of course,
Is that the? I don't think Prime has changed very much.
Right. What do you think about Ironhide dying? Never saw it coming.
Fair point.
Okay. How do you feel about Give Me Your Face? He still stands for what he used to stand for, so that will never change. He doesn't.
Skirting the issue, so he doesn't have a Megan Fox situation.
Basically, he used to stand for being a big, honest, robust leader. Now he stands for being a complete psychopath that's got hooks for feet and wants your eyes.
See, I still think that's just because the lack of script and Bay's gone, he should rip off his face with hooks.
Yes. That sequence still doesn't make any sense.
Give me your face.
But it's still kind of funny. We still kind of
what is it like if Eeyore and Optimus Prime talk to each other? Peter Cullen has learned he's no longer Eeyore. Eeyore says hi to Prime and tells him he's no longer himself. Prime says, whose butt do I need to kick? What do you think about acting in movies like Revenge of the Fallen? He doesn't think Prime has changed, and he always stands for the same things. I have a lot of planets to conquer for the greater good.
Ouch! Hang on, Whoa! I have a lot of planets to conquer for the greater good.
Yep.
Is he suddenly part of the Tau Empire?
See, what I'm intrigued here is, does he mean that Prime has, or Cullen has?
Cullen has!
I quite like the idea that Cullen's just gone mental. This is Cullen after he's been to the bar. Right, he's had a few too many, and he's off to conquer planets. Something just died. Don't know what it was.
Give me its face.
How does it feel to know that you are the voice of a franchise? Hasn't really sunk in yet.
That is a good question, actually. I will give that one as a good question.
What I quite like is, it hasn't really sunk in yet. The creators created a great character, and they deserve the credit.
Ooh, even better.
Because Cullen, as much as we're having a bit of a joke about him conquering planets after being to the bar,
I'd follow him.
He is an incredibly humble man. And he knows what he is. He knows where he is. And he knows he couldn't have got there apart from the fans. And he thanked the fans at the end of this. Quite good. You are the voice of Optimus Prime that most people think of. What do you think of the other Prime incarnations? When he was whacked, he lost all interest in other Primes. Don't know what that means.
When he was whacked?
Maybe he means when he was fired from being Prime, he lost all interest in any other Prime.
Yeah, I think so. When, weird question. Rodimus Prime killed Prime? Cullen laughs and says, that's a script. When Prime stopped breathing, he stopped caring. How does it feel to be working?
Well, that just kind of promotes the same sort of thing that Greg Berger has.
Yes.
He's just there to do a job.
Yep. And it's now 20 years later.
When that script's done, he's like, right, I better go look for another job.
Yep.
He's not going, oh no, Prime's dead. What happened? No, it's just, I better go get a job.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
How does it feel working with Frank Welker again? Fantastic. Lots of says really good things about him. Also says you're gonna love this new show no matter how old you are, and you'll never forget the Hub. God knows where that. Oh, Hub's the station, isn't it?
Oh yeah, the Hub. That's the name of the station. Yeah. No, just going back to the thing with Welker, I know when the Revenge of the Fallen game was coming out, and they were making a big thing about the Conan and Welker. Some of the video interviews with them two together just looked like it seemed like it was just a slot. Yeah, just sitting around.
Well, those two
with each other.
apparently are really, really good friends.
Why not? Like,
so, that's great. He also says a great little thing here, and I love this. Somebody asked him about a show he worked on that he doesn't remember. He revealed that he was a nervous wreck during his first Botcon and was afraid that people would ask him hard questions. Then he thanked the fan for making him feel dumb. I love Cullen, I really do.
Yeah, I would really like to meet him one day.
How did you feel about Carr and about reprising him? Forgot what Carr sounded like, so we have to research it.
Yeah, well, it's like I only know this because I watched it the other day. Rafa Khan, the guy who played Khan, completely forgotten how to do Khan. Yeah, he was stuck on Fantasy Island. Yeah, so he was stuck doing that, and he was like, "Crap, how do I play?" Well, I better go watch the episode then. Oh, that's how I do it. I think like 2 viewings or something it says on IMDb. Yeah. Watched it a couple of times, and he just went, "Yeah, that's how I do it. That's how I am Khan."
Great one here. How did you feel when you learned you'd die in Revenge of the Fallen? I was revealed to turn a couple of pages to learn I was still there.
Just part of me would hope he flicks it and goes, Prime dies. Oh, not again!
Right, and this is the one I really like. When all this was finished, he's very grateful that we are the most tenacious and grateful group. So that's really nice. Moving on to the Collectors Club panel. I'm just going to fire through this. Next year's free toy will be the Classics Hot Rod repainted as Sideburn from Robots in Disguise.
Yes!
There will be a Trans-Tech Cheetor, which is a repaint of animated Blur with a resculpted head.
Oh, yes!
And the Classics Conehead mould will be released as Ramjet in G2 colours.
Yes!
Get in! Get in!
We have no chance at all at owning the Cheetor or the Ramjet.
Nope.
But, yeah, I'm really considering signing up for a Sideburn.
Yep.
Because I think that would be awesome. I really like that idea already.
Yeah.
Blue version of the Hot Rod mold with a new head.
Yes. I actually would like the Cheetor, Trans-Tech Cheetor.
Yeah, I would. I'd like most.
But I don't think that's gonna like the punch counter punch. That's gonna sign.
Yeah,
right
but
out.
they are releasing another 300, which can only order one of each.
Yep.
But there's still gonna be more than 300 people who want it.
The thing is, I know I'm gonna miss it. Yeah. I know that it's going to be out the moment it gets released. I'm going to be at work or something, and that's going to be it.
It's going to be a Matty Collect. I think it's going to go on like 5 minutes.
Yeah,
but you will actually get it.
Some interesting things here. Slim to non chance of the Collectors Club using animated molds,
even though they've already said they're about to use one.
Yep, interesting, isn't it? We're not touching animated and not going into the animated universe. Apart from that one.
You've already contradicted the fact that, well, they're not going into the universe, but they are using the mould.
Yep.
Deary me.
G2 Sideswipe is a possible future exclusive, but they'll have to revisit that later.
It'd be nice if they kind of did like the did Overkill.
Yes.
Because obviously G2 Sideswipe was the custom figure this year.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Really jealous. I
last
really
year's,
like that.
Not last year's, year before's was Overkill. Yeah.
And they released him in them black and
Special
silver
editions.
universe boxes. If they did that again, I'd be up for that. I wouldn't mind. God, I would have like 5 of that mould at that point.
Yeah, it's getting a bit silly now.
But it's a fine mould, and I don't care.
It's like the Prowl mould. I don't want to count how many versions of that I've got.
I've got 2, and I'm not a big fan of it.
Nope, I can't stand it, but I keep getting it.
You fool.
Yeah, Rapido. Asked if there will be future Trans-Tech designs for Botcon. They state that because Trans-Tech is such a different design, it will be hard to match the characters up.
Yeah. I think the only reason they've done Blur as Cheetor is because Blur already has elements of the Cheetor design with the wheels.
Yeah.
And that's the slimmest of slim connections, really.
Yeah. When asked about working with Fans Project, TCC said there's lots of stuff they can do, but there's not enough hours within a day. They're not throwing that idea out, but it's something they've never thought about. That interests me. Because they're not saying no, and they're not saying, hell no, that's not allowed.
Yeah.
Interesting, isn't it?
Yeah. I think from that I kind of get the idea that they're kind of using Fran's project as, dudes, we're never going to do this. Do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think so. Because if the correct answer to that, for all intents and purposes, should have been, there isn't a chance we're working on a fans project.
We have nothing to do with fans project.
Yeah, or even who? Who's that then?
Yeah.
You know, that's what they should have.
I almost like the idea of somebody at fans project ringing up Aaron Archer and just going, dude, we're having real problems getting this arm bit sorted. What would you guys do? Oh, we'd do this. Oh, thanks, dude.
I could believe that happening.
Yeah.
At
We've
this
got
point.
this problem. If I send you over the images of the prototype, you give me an idea. Oh, yeah, by all means. Ship it over.
So, that's our Botcon rundown. Blah, blah, blah,
I think
blah.
we need to go over some of the figures, miniatures that were in the... Miniatures? God, I'm stuck in GW mode. Some of the toys that were in the cabinets.
Yeah?
Blur.
Yes. Really, really want that blur.
Yeah, it's drift mode with a sniper rifle. What more do you need?
I'm sorry, I've just realised how much Rob hasn't spoken.
Because it doesn't.
I'm just letting
we're
you
just
guys
geeking
go.
out. This is the moment for us to geek out, and you go, "Oh, that's pretty cool." You will want that blur, I bet you.
Yes, you will. You'll see it and you'll go.
What else was in the cabinets?
Well, it would have to be something pretty special, considering that only...
You didn't even freak out over RID Sideburn Rodimus job? Man.
I hate to say this, but...
You don't like RID, do you?
Huh?
Robots in disguise.
Yeah, I remember Robots in Disguise.
Transformers!
I remember that, you know. Living with you, and you saying, oh, Rob, watch this, it's really, really good.
And then leaving.
Yeah.
Why
is that not leaving? Oh my god, I know. Okay, I've... Yeah, I can't actually switch it off because I have nothing else to do. And it's still better than Smallville.
Somebody save... No.
See, you just remind me of an old toy fair there. Somebody save Hulk! He's just tied himself to a bit of corn. Painted a big S.
Oh dear. So many issues with that series. On top of my usual I hate Superman issues.
Botcon special.
Yeah, Botcon special. What else was apart from the really big fantasticness, which oh my god, I want.
Well, we all know you want the drift toy.
Well, yeah, not other than that. Trying to remember what else they revealed. Obviously, there was Highbrow.
Yeah, I can't get
Still
excited.
talk.
What is the about?
Highbrow, do you know Highbrow from G1?
Yeah, he was
The headmaster.
Yeah, he had the rotors on his
Yeah.
wings and stuff.
What you've got here is a very, very cool looking World War II double propelled plane. And it is gorgeous. The robot mode, from the pictures I've seen, is just...
I do like
Is it as bad as Captain Boat Shoes?
It's that kind of level.
Ooh.
And
It's not brilliant.
it just doesn't...
No, I do like the idea they've said that the flying helmet flash goggles slide down.
Yeah,
That's a nice little touch.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
I'm
what...
putting that out there.
I'm going to wait for full pictures. Because right now, it just doesn't do anything for me.
Nah.
It really... In fact, no.
As I said, World War II playing with modern weapons. Ugh.
Yeah, even I can get away with that. All I have to do is put something in the bio that just says he's not entirely sure.
Nah, I'm still not sold on it well
Yeah.
enough. What else was the figure-wise? I remember staring at these things for like every time they came out, going, ooh.
But
And
you've
then-
already mentioned drunken Transformers.
That's just it, though. I mean, whilst trying to put all this together, I had real difficulty because, for all intents and purposes, there was not a lot that got my interest.
There's not been a mass release. We do need to mention one thing that has got our interest, and we do need G1 reissue C-cons.
Oh, yeah. Now, I'm a bit confused by these because you say that they're BBTS.
Yeah, according to what I've seen on various pages this morning, the reissue C-con set is a Big Bad Toy Store exclusive for the Northern Hemisphere.
Mm-hmm.
So that to me says, if you want it in the States, you've got to go for a Big Bad Toy Store.
Yeah.
Now you told me that it was a certain store exclusive.
Yes, I don't want to mention the store. Should I?
Well, you might as well.
Yeah. Well, I have heard on the grapevine that it is a Walmart exclusive.
Yeah. Which is fairness, because it's usually Walmart and Target who get the exclusive, don't they?
So now I'm really intrigued.
Yeah, I need some clarification on this. Really need some clarification.
Yeah. I think we should have a quick thing about the convention toys.
Mhm.
My
God, they're bright. My God,
Yep.
I want them.
So we'll start with Rob on that one. So Rob, what did you think of all the convention toys?
My God, my eyes, my eyes.
It's the best way to describe them.
Yeah. Did you see the slicer in the...
Yes. Slicer, I'm a bit disappointed with the fact that they didn't do anything with the Autobot symbol on his chest. It's moulded.
Yeah.
But then at first I thought, oh, maybe they're trying to do that as Shattered Glass Wheeljack.
No,
Because they already done Ravage.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a bit of a wasted opportunity. Because you could have had him saying, oh yeah, he is Shattered Glass Wheeljack, but he's got the Decepticon symbols. Because he's joined that universe's Decepticons.
Yeah.
I can get away with that, but they're just... He's a Decepticon with an Autobot symbol in his chest.
Yeah.
No explanation. Kind of guts me.
To be honest, for me, with the figures being in the G2 colours, it just didn't do anything for me.
No.
I mean, I know it's the point of G2 to be bright and...
It is just that ludicrous neon.
Yeah.
We discovered how to paint neon toys. Let's do it on everything.
As I said from the start of this thing, I don't just collect Transformers. It's pretty much, if I can afford it and a toy looks cool, I'll have it for my shelf.
But those G2 colours just
Those G2 colours just completely destroyed any chance of me wanting any of them.
I think it's just one of those niche things. I think we appreciate the brightness because we appreciate the comedy value of the brightness.
Yeah, I think it all boils down to a collector. A collector will want it because they're either collecting all the G2 stuff or it's a repaint of a toy that they're collecting or whatever. But I think for someone like me, it holds no interest.
Well, the weird thing about G2, more of the toys than the comic, is G2 is where my brother became interested in it, where he became old enough to be interested in collecting. And he did, he collected quite a lot. So that kind of, I remember a lot of times going out with him around the Metro Centre or something, looking at the G2 toys and becoming quite excited by them. Because I was at the age at that point where I was coming out of it, but because G2 came out at just the right time, I went, ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, once G2 was over and done with, that was me for a good couple of years.
I think it's something that it's nostalgia.
Yeah.
Because it's not something that gets hit, like G1 gets hit all the time.
Yeah.
Everything goes, oh, look at this G1 time, and G2 doesn't get any love.
No.
I love them neon bastards.
Yep.
But I think a lot of people have been saying, and myself included, I think this is the first set in a long time which I want all of it.
Yep. Including Double Punch?
Oh, yes! I love those stupid colours on Scorponok.
Double Punch was a neon action master that looked like Scorponok, and he could transform.
Yeah. He was based on African American Zarek. I'm calling him that because that's how you call him, politically correct.
Right.
Though I'm still bemused. I need to get the comic though because I'm still bemused at the entry of Skybite and the Sharkcon.
Yep, I really want to know about that.
G2 Autobots and Decepticons on a Predacon?
I would just like to point out to anybody who cares that I got confirmation this morning that my Skybite's on its way.
Awesome. I'd also like to say to anybody, if you have a Shattered Glass Ravage from that convention that you don't want, I would gladly rehome him.
For free.
Yeah, because I'm poor. There you go.
Fair enough. Well, as it's getting fairly late on now, I think we need to drive this one to an end. So what are your final thoughts on Botcon, Mr. Stew?
It was awesome. From a non-attendee perspective.
Yeah.
At some point it'd be nice to go to one, but I still don't think I'm going to enjoy it as much as I'll enjoy Auto Assemble.
No. I do think Botcon is going to be too big of a event. Yeah. But on the other hand, I want to go just to experience at least once.
I'd love to walk away and have all the toys and go, yeah, I went to a Botcon once.
Yeah.
It wasn't as good as Auto Assembly.
Yeah, precisely. That's exactly why I
and then go to
Auto
Assembly every year and go, this is better than Botcon!
I'd have to queue for 4.5 hours to get my free toy.
Yeah.
Hey! Mr. Rob?
I'm completely bemused.
Excellent. Myself?
We have succeeded again. Aha!
Myself, I am disappointed with this year's Botcon. I think the attendee sets and everything was brilliant. As much as the neon scares my co-host here.
To be honest, it sounded like it would have been one hell of a laugh. of anyone attending. But as someone who, I mean, for me, somebody who didn't attend and someone who's not a huge fan, well, not as big a fan as you guys are. Yeah. Obviously, if I didn't like the stuff, I wouldn't be here. True. But you know,
we force you.
For me, it's
talk about geeky things.
There wasn't anything sort of like announced that jumped out and made me kind of go, ooh.
Yeah, that's the problem. I've got the stuff that came out that made me go, that'll be cool in a year's time when it comes out.
All the stuff that were like, wow, is no pictures.
Yeah, because it's a year away. It's going to be this time next year. It'll be next Botcon when we see pictures.
The things I got excited about with the Seacons.
Yeah.
The stuff I hadn't seen.
Yep.
But I still spent the entire weekend getting home from work going, Botcon news.
Yeah, I looked at it, and each day I was disappointed because
there's no pictures.
Yeah, that is what it is.
Because this is
even if there was concept sketches, that would probably help.
Yeah.
Because this is what kind of bugs me. I can't remember who said it, but they were saying at JoeCon, you can take as many pictures as you want of all the upcoming stuff in those things, and they've turned around and gone, no pictures. Interesting
thing about JoeCon though.
What?
Most of the money that they make off Botcon goes to subsidise JoeCon. It's an interesting thing. Right, well, I think our dulcet tones should call this one a night.
Yeah.
And we'll move this over to somebody who's actually been there. So, over to Kilby and the Radio Free Cybertron crew. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Hey, this is Brian Kilby from Radio Free Cybertron, the original Transformers Internet radio show. So I sat down to record a Botcon report for Grufflock and decided that I was woefully inept at capturing all of the awesome that actually happened at Botcon. So what I chose to do was giving you guys our live Botcon reports from Saturday and Sunday, which Saturday's recaps Friday and Saturday, and Sunday, of course, recaps the rest. So this is the total Botcon report live, I say, from Botcon itself. So I figured this would work better than just me rambling on for about 10 minutes by myself. So enjoy.
You're listening to the Radio Free Cybertron Saturday Post Show, recorded live at Botcon.
Lots of news. Lots and lots of news.
Yeah, lots of news.
Yeah.
Tell us about some of that news, Brian.
Today we saw lots of new toys, but the big news tonight is we know where Botcon is.
Yes.
Pasadena, California, June 2nd through 5th, Pasadena Convention Center. Sales for the hotel room goes up tomorrow morning.
Yes. Because we got plenty of money in our pockets after this weekend.
Right.
The time to do that's the first morning.
Yeah.
They should have just done it Friday, right? I mean,
all sold out by next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find somebody to crash with if I make it at all. I mean, that's the reason I didn't go last year. It was.
It's the triple loan that scares me. You can find a Days Inn. Yeah, it's the triple loan. It's like, let's see, I live in Georgia, and now I gotta go to California.
at least Florida was pretty close for you.
Florida was great.
Yeah, so from West Virginia.
Except for Florida being Florida, it was great.
Yeah, I went to.
I can't wait to see you at Botcon 2012.
Yeah, I mean, I went to like Rhode Island, stuff like that, California. Oh, now I gotta go exactly across the country, not just north of it. Oh, jeez.
It's a 13-hour drive. Now I have to drive 3 days.
Yes, you do. Or you can take like a train, like I did, to Rhode Island and sleep on it.
There are no trains.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Unless they're carrying coal.
Hop on it, buddy. Put your toys in a good, clean bag.
Yeah, what? You can't just hop on a stick like a hobo.
And then I'll see everybody at Botcon 2026 after a few years of dependency on the movie has stifled all creativity.
Paying off college for your kids.
The franchise crashes because they don't know what to do.
He's like,
wait, people don't like these crappy things without a $75 million ad campaign? Damn it!
So XV, of all the stuff you've seen, do you have any questions? I mean, we really don't know what you know and what you don't, and you're kind of like you're the POV character for this video game or for this movie.
Did anybody manage to find out for sure whether the retooled The Fallen has a removable face?
The Fallen does not have a removable face.
He's very
Damn
blue,
It's
it!
very Unfallen-like.
It's more Smurf.
Man.
It's kind of cryotech-y.
He looks very Smurfish.
He's very Smurfish.
It is kind of cryotech-y, actually.
Ender, somebody want to put on the... Well, here's John. John.
Hey, John.
Any one of you. We're being joined by John DeLuna, the famous John
Hi,
DeLuna,
John.
who has some fantastic stubble going on.
I do. It's becoming like a disheveled beard.
Yeah, actually, the way
we
that...
had said about a neck beard thing, and you didn't want to do it. Now I'm a little mad I didn't grow one, so we can match.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't want to be too groomed. I want to be rough, but
No, rugged, like an Old Spice man.
Yeah, so right now, in the hotel room,
I'm not certain what either of you thinks facial hair is going to do to drastically improve or detract from your appearance. But okay.
Hey, I got a neck now. I have a neck now. Usually it's like swath of head.
So in the hotel room, we have Ender, John, Breaker, Rob, Kristen, Rob's girlfriend. Is that it? Peter Weebum.
Doesn't want to speak.
Yeah, doesn't want to speak. And on the internet, we have XV. I guess JD's not going to be able to make it. So
JD's playing PlayStation.
He's playing PlayStation.
Damn that, JD.
Yeah, so the only ones actually, the only two people right now who can actually hear you, XV, are me and Rob. So I will translate, because we're all located in the tformers.com penthouse at Botcon in the Dolphin.
It's okay.
Anyway, my coin face caught on.
It's a suite.
Yeah, we're sharing two microphones. So
it's a penthouse.
Well, make Ender believe that I'm saying horrible things about him.
You are saying horrible things about Ender. I don't have to convince him.
It's okay.
Good, good. Like that.
So, guys, this evening, lots of news. I mean, biggest of which is Botcon. It's been a while since we heard during Botcon when the next convention was going to be, and
it's been a while since it was so predictable.
You think it was predictable?
Yeah, because the movie's coming out next year.
It's a movie.
It's either Rhode Island or California.
Yeah, it's one or the other.
I wish it was Rhode Island.
Yeah, I like
Rhode
from
Island.
Paramount.
Yeah.
They get to use all those resources. They get to do all that movie promotion. There's some chance of
It's more profit for them because they don't have to fork out as much as far as the merchandise.
Once again, the fandom comes to bay.
This is going to be awesome. Who are you nerds?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hate you.
He's just going to have it in his backyard, and we're all going to have to wash his cars to get in.
So, of all of us here, who knows who's fairly confident that they can go? John, do you think? You'll be there?
Yeah, I'll have to make my reservations tomorrow, right?
Yeah. So
is it the same hotel?
Probably.
I'm going to assume it's. I'm going to
It
assume
is
it's
the same
the
hotel.
same convention.
It's the same convention center, Pasadena Convention Center.
Yeah, it's going to be that. It's going to be that same Botcon again.
Yay!
Can you just leave this party?
Well, I mean, it makes sense because they're going to be right in Paramount's backyard. So.
Yeah, that's true. So for the people just joining us now, we are live from Botcon at the T-Formers Penthouse, and we just left the Hall of Fame celebration where Dinobot walked away.
Did I not say that?
Shocking.
I wanted Dinobot to win, but I honestly didn't think that Dinobot...
I told you, in this fandom, angst overcomes all. They told us it wouldn't be Dinobot. Everybody made jokes. Oh, no, it's going to be the guy, the cassette guy.
And obviously, Ender knows that.
Tell this fandom that they can't have something, or they won't do something. We're like,
And that person will be Brian Savage.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that didn't want Dinobot to win?
Yes.
I wanted Soundwave to win.
Screw you.
Tell whoever said they wanted Soundwave to win that they're a horrible human being.
It's surprising that Scott McNeil didn't do a speech.
Yeah.
He didn't come up
He was in a rush to go smoke.
Yeah, yes. Literally, Scott McNeil was in a rush to go smoke. We ran into him as he was leaving, and I was talking to him. He was saying, well, talking about how he won. It's like, well, I really didn't win. I'm like, well, you'll win yourself eventually instead of vicariously. And he was in a rush. He was in a mad rush to go get a cigarette. Yeah.
Literally,
you should have stole his lighter. I could have met him outside and hooked him up and maybe got an interview.
I wish I smoked because that would have been awesome.
You spend a lot of time with him.
Went right out.
You don't stand in the Scott McNeil line. You just go outside where the smokers are. Give 5 minutes. Okay.
I'm out there, man.
Yeah, and he'll say, Don't ask me about like piccolo or anything, okay?
So, but yeah.
I'll burn your eye out with this kid.
So we saw lots of toys today during the Hasbro marketing panel. We'll see more tomorrow during the design panel. Anything of interest that really struck a chord with any of us?
Power core combiners.
Power core combiners.
Yes, especially the repaints, because they're recycling the molds that come with the 5-packs and the basics, and vice versa. So it's like I knew it and I'm happy.
Yeah,
I know. That was totally awesome when I found out they were doing that.
XV's happy about that.
Yeah, so it's not gang molding them together with the drones. So it's perfect.
Yeah, so apparently Golden Vixie in chat wants to know about Highbrow.
What about him?
Well, what did we think?
Sure was Highbrow.
He doesn't really say
highbrow
to me, though.
He does to me. Cool. He's got the dual-bladed thing going on. Yeah, he used to be a helicopter, but he does...
Does it say more Chrome Dome to us?
Yeah. He says bad boy. He says bad boy to me.
Bad boy?
He says World War II.
Well, could it ever really
Exactly
say highbrow if he can't pull his head off?
I did notice...
Let's be honest.
I did notice Tomahawk's actually black. In all the pictures, he looks blue.
Yeah, they reused the name Tomahawk from G.I. Joe. I was a little surprised by that.
Yeah,
there's a few things that maybe kind of go, oh, wow, yeah, that looks cool. But there wasn't anything that was like, wow, they're going to make a, it's just
it's nothing new. Nothing new. There's always tomorrow. There's always Sunday.
I actually said that about repaint.
I got stuff tomorrow that's more interesting.
I said that about a repaint.
It was like, we're going to make a whole bunch of toys, and only 50% of them will be boring repaints.
No, I thought a boring repaint was my favorite of the day.
Which one was it?
That was Sunspot, the banana cream Skystalker.
Yeah, the banana.
He's like bright yellow and white. It looks like he belongs on the top of an ice cream
Wake
truck.
me up when Breaker's done talking about that.
Love it. I can't stop talking
This kid hasn't been stopped ranting on about this.
He looks so delicious. I just want to eat him with like a frozen tasty.
The funny thing is, Breaker's not 900 pounds.
You probably regret that the next day.
Yeah. It's going to hurt.
That plastic will
That toy looks edible.
It does look edible. It looks like some type of hard candy. And
the plastic grade these days
very
might
hard.
be.
Yeah, very hard.
Just line me up with that.
That and War for Cybertron Soundwave, but that's just normal for me to love anything Soundwave.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Last year, I definitely enjoyed the designer panel more anyway. I thought...
It's interesting.
Yeah. I think the whole... it's almost the same thing. They just kind of come out and they show you some toys and they talk about it. The difference is the design team sitting there, and they actually know something about the toys, and they can tell you something about what they did and why and what's cool. And I think they save the cooler stuff for themselves. Well, I'm not sure the executive even really realizes they're like,
well,
we got the big stuff today, and the designers are like, oh yeah, we gave you guys all the good stuff.
Well, the marketing panel even had the designers on it, though.
Yeah, no, it had a couple of it. It's a very...
They're going to have more tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a more interesting panel. Not to mention, we get to learn that there's not a Headmaster RC coming out.
Don, I spoke to Don today, affectionately known in the fandom as Headmaster Don. This is his 15th Botcon. I think, so Don's hardcore. And I think he wants to come on the show to talk about Botcon, so that'll be really exciting. As I said last night when I was half asleep, laying on the bed trying to stream this live through my tethered cell phone. The great thing about Botcon is literally it's a convention. You can beam together. I mean, all of us are here doing the show freaking live in a room. I've met everyone in person except for Peter and Ender and Breaker now, but of course I didn't know Breaker prior. But he's rubbing me now, and it's kind of creepy.
You wish you didn't know after.
They're going to school.
But there's lots of people in the fandom that I've I know who they are, or I've seen them. They've never actually bothered to stop by and say hello to them. Today, I see him every Botcon, but actually sat down, or I spoke to Ben Yee, and of course Ben knew who I was, and I knew who Ben was. We just never had a chance to talk. That was fun. Don, I spoke to Don. Thursday, I talked to Evangelist. Today, lots of people came up who listened to the show, didn't even bother introducing themselves. It's like, to them, they know us because they listen to the show and they're so familiar with us. That's the cool thing about a podcast. The podcast I listen to, I've never met the people, but I know what they're like. Just meeting people, it's really the whole point of it.
No one's even taken a swing at me yet.
No, I know. Though you didn't get to mean looks in the IDW panel, didn't you?
Can we get a panel for next year?
Yeah.
No, I
What, Peter? I thought you said something.
Oh, I was just saying that Ender even got his first
acknowledgement. Some guy was like, "Hey, you're Ender. I can tell by your voice."
Yes.
I know you.
You know how it enrages me, so I know it's you.
I was like, and you didn't try to kick him? That's surprising.
I finally got to meet Jim Sorensen today, and I sat down with Jim and Bill, and we talked about Allspark Almanac Volume 2 before they had to go to their IDW panel. But it's
Our interview about that book was better than, I mean, like, people never weren't asking as good questions. It was definitely a better, insight into what the book was going to be like. I think you got with us.
Yeah.
Even going to the panel.
Yeah. I have had a lot of fun. I mean, this has really recharged my cells. I mean, in doing the podcast every week, it's a lot of energy and a lot of emotional energy. And it's like, wow, I'm doing all this stuff, and it's like I sometimes I forget why I love Transformers, but after today, I remember why I freaking love Transformers, and it's pretty awesome. I haven't felt this good about a Botcon in a while.
You haven't been to one in a while.
I haven't been. That's true. I've been since 2007. But the last 2 Botcons I went to, I mean, I didn't have that much fun.
Yeah, it's changed a lot.
Yeah,
it's different. And there's not as much. You were saying today, it's getting so much normalized.
Oh God, usually at Botcon, I'm one of the cool kids. I'm like one of the, I can sit back and laugh. But no, Botcon, I'm one of the weirdos now. It's full of average people. I lamented that fact that I'm no longer one of the more normal people at Botcon.
That's because you were sitting at a table podcasting through the con.
I know I was sitting at a table podcasting, but I mean, just during this not everyone in the room was at this forced socialization event. The cocktail party had no hors d'oeuvres, and it was a paid bar. So everyone just stood around.
It was awesome.
And it was like Fun Pub was trying to force us into socializing, which is in a way a noble, pursuit, because a lot of the Transformers fans are poorly socialized. But I stood in there looking at people, and of course you had the normal trans fans, or the people that you think are of normal trans fans, people who are just a little recluse. I mean, that's me. But you had a lot of normal people. People in there with their spouses or their, significant others. And I'm like, wow, these people look entirely normal. I feel like the odd person now. Even more so.
Freshman mixer for dorks and regulars.
Yeah.
It's like cookies and milk. Cookies and milk sauce.
You got cookies?
I get dipped at Sunspot. I'm just going to eat all the burritos.
Damn it.
Sorry.
Yeah, so again, just for the people tuning in, we're actually broadcasting from the T-Formers penthouse at Botcon 2010 in Orlando, Florida, at the, what is this, the Guppy Resort?
Dolphin.
The Guppy. There's a Guppy on the roof.
There's a Guppy on the roof.
There's no dolphin to be seen.
It's totally a fish.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I haven't seen a goddamn dolphin since we got here.
I ate one.
Yeah.
I think it was in my I think it was in the tuna, yeah.
That's some,
Okay, Golden Dixie has a question for Ender now.
Okay.
What does he think about the totally primalicious Hall of Fame trophy?
What do you think of the Primalicious? Oh, he didn't see it. Ender wasn't there.
He wasn't there.
They had it in the.
Did you see the golden? Did you see the Primalicious Botcon
the
statue? Yeah.
Yes.
What did you think about it?
I'm trying to find a vein to cut right now. Because I never...
Peter Cullen may sell you one.
Yeah, he needs.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm leaving from
once
here to
this
go see
Raven
if I
train
can get him
stops.
drunk and steal it from the bar.
You want to take the recorder with you?
He's using it. He's using it to pop open the bottles as we speak.
Yeah. Put it in the box with the whiskey over there.
I felt really good about myself, as far as like, hey, this isn't money wasted. When Peter Cullen told me and everyone else in that room that he loved us all, and I thought, he really deserves it. But at least half of that prize goes to the 2 packs a day he smokes, because that's really like where the power from his voice comes from.
It's the cancer.
See, y'all are missing
That's
out.
the same way that the power of Galvatron's movie voice comes from Nimoy's smoking habit.
Does Nimoy smoke?
Well, I believe he did then. He definitely had smoke
Skinner
as long
Ghost.
compared to, being Spock.
Yeah.
The whole being really old thing kind of catches up with you.
Man, he looks horrible, man. I've been watching Fringe, and he
He
looks
looked bad in 1986.
Oh, I mean,
though.
he looks way bad though. He looks like he could keel over any second now.
Yeah.
And they have. He may have been dead for the last 3 years.
He could very well could be.
I mean, he's
not
worse
even
than
enough
Mark
salsa.
Leonard. Than Mark Leonard guy. Stand there next to her like, this is my father. It was like, yeah, sure.
Okay, so guys, who among you saw the preview, the panel where they were explaining the Transformers Prime stuff?
All of us saw the Transformers Prime panel.
What did you guys think about that?
Ender's not too crazy about it. Ender, what do you think?
There's no way to accurately judge the show, but they showed us some images and wow, they kind of looked like movie Transformers, and
they very much look.
They
like
took the
Transformers.
flames off of Prime. I was happy about that. They put the bucket back on Megatron's head. That was nice, but really, what we and I like that it's Welker and Cullen. That's all good news.
That video they played.
The other thing they kept piping up and yeah, this is great that we got Ortsy and Kurtzman to help us make this, and we know it's really good Transformers because they're such fanboys. These are the people they're depending on to bring the Transformers with them to this story-wise. They're because they're such fanboys at heart. It's yeah, but not in mind. They don't know anything about it. I'm sure they like the money they got from it very, very much, but they do not and have never known anything about the Transformers except that the money was green.
Writers make money?
It's just a really bad sign. And the dialogue we heard, it was cool to hear Welker and Cullen talking to each other as Prime and Megatron, but the dialogue was, a ham and cheese sandwich without the bread and the ham. It was just
with a screen.
Super Velveeta bad.
That was dollar store cheese, dude. Kind of
Velveeta's
like cheese.
good.
Don't try to cook it. Don't melt.
I don't know. I mean, I like the
It's that
design.
cheese made out of potatoes.
Kinda.
And
I didn't particularly like the Prime.
Well, I think the thing about that is it's not the movie Prime that I like the most about it. And I just latched on the first thing about it that was positive that I liked, and that's no flames.
All they did was take the flames off.
And they had some
And he
animated...
felt kind of like...
oh, yeah, he's V-shaped.
They had some animated qualities in them, too, like in the thigh areas and things like that.
No, those thighs are straight moving.
No, man.
Yes, they are.
You guys are checking out his thighs?
They are
American
the legs were the least altered.
That's a set of thighs on a robot.
No, you know what I mean. That organic looking...
Yeah, I know what you mean. Because Bumblebee definitely is very
that
round.
cosplayers love because they don't have to do any work.
Yeah, they can put on some spandex and glue styrofoam.
I thought the Prime looked a little weird.
Well, I mean, they definitely joked that. I mean, Prime has started working out a little bit more on the
Yeah, he's definitely beefier.
Yeah.
Well, and they were almost. I mean, the thing is, though, we don't know anything about it. They were literally kind of sitting there laughing about how little they were actually telling us.
That was the joke.
There's gonna be Bumblebee. He's gonna be yellow.
I think that Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Prime and Megatron are in it.
He's bulky.
They might hit each other in the head.
He's bulky.
Weebum is dispensing drinks.
Yeah. The only thing about that panel that was disappointing is every concept art they showed was the most incredibly predictable characters. So if they could have thrown in an RC or a Bulkhead, it would have made the panel.
Well, they said that they were going to be in
Yeah,
it.
but all the concept
that was
art...
interesting to hear that they're going to get a Bulkhead in there.
Right.
And
I'm surprised ours is in there, too.
And that's the kind of concept art you want to see. Because you kind of want to see where would they go with an animated model for this show.
Well, that's another thing. I'm surprised it's all CGI, too.
I'm not at this point.
It saves money in the long run.
Oh, yeah.
They don't have to keep animating it.
It was very odd that animated.
Yes, exactly. Every other series, if it wasn't full CGI, it was mostly... Every American-based series has either been CGI or, partial
Well, and
CGI.
people were even freaking about the quality of animation in animated. It's that's because it's so expensive to do it that way at this point. The infrastructure is just not there anymore.
You send it to a sweatshop, and you gotta wait for it to come back. With the animation, the hard work's already done with computer animation, and you literally just...
You puppet it.
It's all on the front end. It's all on the front end.
They explained it today that
it
just takes so much money upfront cost.
And Weebum broke the refrigerator.
Some of these countries where we're used to shipping it off to be drawn by slave labor probably have been making laws about no, actually you have to pay us more than the cent.
Did anybody think to ask what studio was going to be animating?
XV asking...
Slaves are
He's
all
asking a
gone.
question. Sorry. What is XV?
Did anybody think to ask what studio would be animating the show?
They mentioned the studio by...
we kind of forgot.
Good job. Good job.
No, I can't remember.
I heard him say where it was being shipped to, but I didn't.
Well, it's done in the States.
So it's not done in Canada,
So it's not mainframe.
Well, you wouldn't want it to be done in mainframe, not in the last 10 years.
Are they doing that current Hot Wheels
mainframe
show?
I don't know, but
She really likes
nobody
it.
who's
That's very
currently at
classic
mainframe is who did those shows. There's
Okay.
no one left.
Because that current Hot Wheels show, That current Hollow show is
episodes.
CGI,
Yeah.
and she really likes it. It's very classic mainframe. Like it's
Well,
got all.
I've
the
noticed one or two companies that I think I did confirm those people spread out to, and
That's
you'll
genius.
notice it's like. you
Yeah,
know,
I mean they had their own feel, kind of like how Pixar, everything's touching, witty, and referential. Yeah, mainframe's got their things, and if they spread out, great. That's perfect. Now we got two classic mainframes and the real one making Johnny Test.
You know,
there was a show called Skyland. I thought it had a lot of elements that really reminded me of the way mainframe.
Probably
moved.
is.
And I wondered, and I think it seemed like a lot. It was like it seemed like some of those people had gone over there from the description of what happened when it was formed. The company that did that. I can't remember the name of the frame.
for those of us that were there during the Hall of Fame presentation, did it bug any of you that when they showed all the character videos with whoever made the character videos for the cartoon characters, I want to marry them and have babies?
They were very fun.
They were fun.
They were all
I mean, yeah.
Tell us what that's about, because I have no idea what you're talking
You were okay. Each one had a sort of a theme, a song or a theme based around it.
Oh, okay.
So
Like an
Grimlock,
award show, like
yeah,
a
the award
nominee
show.
for an award
show. Yeah,
the
montage.
Grimlock video started with Grimlock, doing something, and then getting angry, and it went to Godzilla. So he started breathing fire, and everything slowed down.
Bumblebee had the same song from Karate Kid.
Yes,
That was great.
that was great.
What about Soundwave?
You're the best. You're the
Yeah. Oh, Soundwave. They didn't make him dancing, and they're
Yeah,
playing,
Soundwave. Everyone is dancing in the Soundwave video.
Really spy.
Fantastic.
What was the song? I forget now.
Thriller.
It was the Joan Jett.
Oh, I Love Rock and Roll.
I Love
They
Rock
even
and
made
Roll.
it look like he was singing it, like he was like
I
It's
thought
something
basically like men without
wow.
hats would sound
So was
good for
No,
some reason.
So was the animation as good as
It was
Fun Pub is usually
No,
known
no,
for?
It was
all
edited.
clips.
Is it Cyber Mission?
Yeah, but the thing
quality?
is, thing it bugged me though, because it showed like all the instances of that character throughout the different series. Megatron did not once feature Beast Wars Megatron.
No, they stuck with
yeah,
the
that was
familiar
weird.
looking
Well,
ones.
I know they're not the same character, but he
It's not
still.
even close.
We couldn't vote for Beast
Well, no,
Wars Megatron for that reason.
literally, if you watch Beast Wars, literally Beast Wars Megatron took his name and everything from the G1 character.
Well,
Right.
it shouldn't be there anyway because they wouldn't let us vote for Beast Wars Megatron because he had the same name as G1 Megatron, so he's the same Megatron to Hasbro.
Yeah, but
So-
the video still didn't feature him at all.
Yeah, they stuck with like animated G1 and movie because even though movie doesn't, the first two look like the Megatron you know. Same with Prime.
But I mean,
They
no,
didn't
Prime,
really-
no, Prime featured every single Optimus except for Optimus Primal.
They didn't have Armada and Rid, did they? I didn't see them.
No, they didn't have Red, but they had Energon,
Yeah, as they didn't.
who's the same character as
Yeah, they kept with the ones with the window. That looks gross. The windows on
Rob
the
is
chest
making motions toward his chest to describe Optimus's chest plate thing.
Yeah, they kept with the ones like not so-
Mildly suggestive.
Mildly
Yeah.
suggestive. It looks
Yeah.
like he has
Yeah, it's a-
large bosoms.
Well, I kind of do because I'm fat, but you know,
He
it's
feels
just,
like he
spoilers.
has blood
whoa, hey, hands off the moves, boy.
Breaker actually fell to his chest. So
I just
Breaker's
wanted to
now a
confirm
richer
for
man.
for the listeners.
But they kept with the like Bumblebee. Well, they're not going to show Goldbug, but they could have.
they could have shown Goldbug.
Yeah,
but,
everyone knows Goldbug's Bumblebee.
He's
Yeah,
some
it
character.
doesn't look like him.
but
That's it.
any really what we got today was the celebration, which was excellent. I mean, I was excited. I felt like such a
It
nerd.
was really well done.
The
It was
food,
fun.
the food was standard fare.
Yeah,
Edible.
and you
And
had
it
no
was
options.
there.
You had chicken and chicken.
You had chicken and chicken,
It's better than I missed 09.
or you can have a second round of salad.
We missed 09 due
Wow.
to consequence.
Yeah.
But 08, what did they give us? Crackers and salami? Pretzels and cheese and like finger foods. Yeah, the dinner was like.
There were no tables. We couldn't even sit down.
Yeah, we walked outside out in the hallway to eat.
All right,
07, we had to go upstairs if you wanted to sit down. If not, you go to stand Bush. Yay! Look at this bag that gave me. I mean, it's like varies. This was kind of like 05's dinner where you had a nice sitting area.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
very nice.
For everyone who's not here, that was like that joke there was enhanced by a little dance.
Well, that's what you had to do.
And now I'm realizing that
You're right.
Were you at
you
07?
must do this while we're not there all the time too.
I do.
We're missing so
Just
much.
more
It
of it.
was
Yeah.
like Stan Bush when he said
I never
yeah, you started
realized.
tilting the hips a little bit side to side. And I was right
Swaying
behind the view, so
gracefully.
it was not very...
Stan Bush was excellent this weekend. He's literally like, some guy high-fived me in the airport, and I was like,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Well,
I only
yeah,
intended
wasn't
him to
it?
do this at the convention, not bother you in your personal space.
The rest of
Okay,
your life.
Yes.
one question.
But then again,
We wanted to know. We had questions on dealer room finds. John was able to find an animated Blackout.
Yes.
For me, which is awesome.
Yeah, apparently now that is a
Commonly-
rare find.
A rare find in the
bottom
U.S.,
up.
but apparently incredibly common in Japan.
Yes.
I was able to not.
Yeah, it was a
find
regular retail item in Japan.
Yeah.
Well,
so-
apparently one of the vendors in the dealer room sold 150-ish in the first 2 days of the convention.
Yeah.
And you said they kept restocking, right?
Yeah. I assume they've run clean out.
Yeah.
I hope someone is sent home for more, and maybe I can find one tomorrow. I'm so disturbed about the animated thing. I mean, like that's the worst part of this Botcon movie is like going back to take pictures of toys in the case that I took pictures of last year.
Yeah. What else? You found you got the Diablock Optimus.
Yeah, I did get the and that is an animated toy. So
Yeah.
that was cool.
And it looks great, doesn't it?
Looks like a block.
It looks like I have it now, and I don't have to lose any more sleep over it.
How's the transformation? Let's put them back together.
Throw them at the wall.
Yeah.
It's a transformation. Throw them at the wall.
Anything's an up from the built to suck ones. So
Yeah, everything's better than
the Energon one was okay. With
Yeah, well, to Built to Rules credit, you didn't even have to really throw it against the wall to transform it. It did it on its own. It just, oh man.
What else? What else did we find of note in the dealer room? I didn't buy anything.
Yeah.
I got my set, which was awesome, and that was it.
Yeah,
So-
I might get
I
a few
got-
things on clearance tomorrow.
I got Takara animated Soundwave.
You got Soundwave. How much did you pay for animated Soundwave, if you don't mind me asking?
I think I paid $25.
That's my hardest problem.
Why?
Well,
I already got
I
these
mean,
guys for 10
if you
apiece.
go to like Big Bad Toy Store, it's $28.99.
Yeah.
So I don't have to pay for.
But we love Big Bad Toy Store, who's not
I do.
here.
I'm
They're
not
not here.
saying anything about Big Bad Toy Store because I love them. I got like $300
They're not.
dumped into the
They're
pile.
just, they're just not
right
here.
now.
I mean,
Not
it's
saying that.
it's a long drive for them, and
Oh.
you know they have to shut down for 2 weeks. I'm certain
Yeah.
it's not cost effective.
No, I thought they were. I guess it was a different dealer I saw.
Yeah.
Still,
Probably
kind of
TF
is.
Source is what you
Kind of
saw.
an institution. So
They are Botcon institutions.
absolutely.
Question came up whether or not Sean Long was at Botcon.
And yes, he was.
Yes, he was.
And what a great outfit. Did you see that?
I didn't see what he was wearing.
He was wearing
that was
a
ridiculous. That was creepy. It was like an anime jacket.
But it was
sleeveless.
Without. I don't want to incite any sort of anything.
The guy
But,
with the platform like boots.
yeah,
No.
no.
Yeah,
But
no,
but
That's
no,
Capcom.
yeah. But without inciting anything, the funniest thing all day happened at his expense.
Yeah, no, I don't know. The guy with the Jersey accent who's very
The
perturbed
guy-
about
okay,
the
you
stickers.
go into that. Go into that.
Okay, we're sitting at the Hasbro panel. Try not to laugh as much as Sean Long, which Brian will go into. And
I laughed hard.
we can't see who has
Everybody
the
laughed
microphone,
hard.
but out of nowhere you hear the voice, and it's a very heavy Bronx Jersey type accent. Oh yeah, you know those stickers that came with that 2-pack with Soundwave and Bumblebee, and I was supposed to get like a couple more and send it in and got my Ravage.
I didn't get my Ravage.
I didn't get my Ravage, and I got like 20 stickers sitting around my house. What do I do with them?
No, he was.
And he was serious. He's
No.
like, what do I do with them?
He was asking, "Are you going to release any more sets to where I can use the
can I
same
use the
stickers?"
And they were like,
thing, or
we don't
they
know.
just-
Well, what do I do with them then?
Then I looked
throw
over.
them in
Do
the
I put them on
trash.
my toys? Can I?
Then I looked over at Jim Sorensen and was like, "Can I use my USS flag points?"
Cash in my robot points.
Yeah.
I mean, he was
I think it was
literally.
like the
I think he was asking for an answer. May I?
It was like the Transformers equivalent of food stamps or something.
Really?
Hey,
It
I
only
like
takes
that
up 2
promotion
years
now.
to get to you.
I'd like to see some more promotions like that.
I would too.
I enjoy it.
I'd wait for them to just be like, why don't you take those to the grocery store and get yourself some eggs?
I only go with the GI Joe stuff though. I never get the Transformers mailaways. Never, but I always
I
get
did.
the GI Joe for some reason.
I did G.I. Joe's.
And I'm not doing a
Star
GI
Wars,
Joe podcast. If things gone slightly differently, I
too. We're
probably
at a
would
G.I.
do.
Joe convention, right?
It's based. Whoever I forgot who it was, but they made a good point. Most of the money, the profits to Botcon has to go toward JoeCon.
It has to. It's a
well,
small
yeah.
con.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way it's turning a profit.
Yeah.
No offense, Joe fans.
Yeah, no offense, but let's.
Yeah, when you go to a dinner, you're going to
We didn't mean to take your
food.
thunder.
Yeah, they get steak and lobster.
Okay, since last night's sound quality was so poor, why don't you tell us again about the Hot Wheels convention next door?
Okay, yeah. So
You're going to be in a parking lot at Paramount next year, like chewing on
okay, so
microwave hors d'oeuvres. It's going to be like, JoeCon on the moon!
okay, XV asked because the tethering last night was so awful. He wants us to recap the Hot Wheels convention.
You should probably go to so long first, though.
It's one room. If there's something other than a room, it was no signage to tell you.
Yeah, you walk in,
And it's like there's a bunch of classic cars, which were really nice. They even had a Ford GT in the Mirage paint scheme, like an alternator, paint sheen, however you say. And then there was like 3 dealers, and that was it.
And nobody was shopping.
No. I did thought was cool. The guys who
there are people sitting there near the door, ostensibly there to look for badges, but it was the deadest convention.
There are no badges to be found.
No badges to be had.
Apparently, there's a Red Bull convention also today, which surprised me.
Really?
Well, I walked in and I had to find a bathroom.
I missed a Red Bull convention? Yeah, I should be leading that convention.
Here's the fight. This old lady comes up to me. Are you at the Red Bull convention? And I was just like, I really got to go to the bathroom.
Lady, I am the Red Bull convention.
And I was like, when I'm in the bathroom, I'm thinking, what did I do there? Like, have you had the Sturgo sign? That is a slap in the face to Red Bull fans. You know, those cola.
We need to attend.
The Pretender to the Throne, the Red Bull cola.
Well, you got to imagine that, you know, the real Red Bull fans would be getting pretty angsty just in general. You know what I mean?
Guzzling the Red Bull, waiting for the thing.
Imagine like saying calm down to somebody at the Red Bull convention.
And Brian Savage is running down.
Oh, there we go. Golden Vixie says the Red Bull convention must be like a wine tasting.
Yeah, I'm following the chat right now. So, if anyone's in chat, we encourage you to ask questions. If you're not, go to tfradio.net/live and you can join in the chat. For people who are just joining us again, we are in the tformers.com penthouse at Botcon 2010 in the Dolphin, Orlando, Florida. And we're just recapping tonight's events.
Okay, so what was the Sean Long thing about?
Okay. We're losing Rob.
Sure. You guys are losing me, but you're gaining everyone else. Which I'm sure
bye, Rob.
XV says bye, Rob.
Bye, XV.
See you guys.
Bye, Rob.
Happy matching. Thanks, guys.
What time will we see you tomorrow?
Yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. We got to head to...
About 9 o'clock?
Probably about around 11-ish, because we got to do the clock out thing.
Okay.
Cool. All right, guys. Kiss my ass.
We're losing Rob and Kristen.
Yes,
but John is now plugged in and can hear.
Now I can hear XV.
Hi, John.
That was the Hot Wheels convention. Basically, this is that attention Botcon attendees. You can come in here for free and look at some cool cars.
You can come in here for free and mock us.
Yeah,
that's what ended up happening.
I think I would go in there literally just to look at the cars that they have, the real size cars that they have.
Oh yeah, it's a great showroom. It's just a great empty showroom.
I was like, I literally thought, I didn't know until we started talking about it last night that it was a Hot Wheels convention. I was within the room. I was like, oh, they're having some kind of car show. Wonder why they're carrying Hot Wheels around, because there was like the ratio of Hot Wheels to giant cars was like, you know, 1 to 1.
Okay, there were several cars, but if you added up all the mass in the Hot Wheels, it wouldn't add up to a fifth of a car.
No.
Yeah. But where are the Hot Wheels at the Hot Wheels convention? That was what I was gonna.
But on Thursday, Ender and I walked by, and I was like, ooh, oh, cool! They have all these cars in here. I'm gonna go by in here. And then Ender's like, come on, Peter, let's go. Move out of here.
Again, since we had issues last night with our record for Friday, anything happened yesterday that we want to talk about?
I don't know. Let me see your badge, Brian.
I prefer to never
we have
about
to refer to the badge.
Yeah, let me
figure out what happened.
Our memories are fuzzy. Let's be honest. But looking at the agenda, everything will just come flooding back.
I have 2 badges.
Jon here's asking about DLC for War for Cybertron.
Oh,
I specifically asked Tiger a question about that, about
I
the
missed that.
possibilities.
Thank you.
Oh, you're quite welcome. If anybody's ever played the multiplayer yet on that, there's a very limited selection of chassis types for as far as customization of your multiplayer character. Like, there's only one Decepticon leader class, like Soundwave. There's only one Autobot tank, like Warpath, and he basically just straight up said, "I'm not ready to talk about that yet." So there's your answer.
Yeah, that was the trouble with going to that panel is that game's been out for like 3 days.
Yeah.
Like, what exactly are they going to tell us?
Someone actually asked what the sales figures
game.
were. And he's like, we don't get a sales figures for like a month.
Yeah, like, they don't even know what's going on right now. They don't know if anybody likes it.
Please buy it, and
we
we'll
just
see
hope
what
it's
happens.
doing well.
It's a safe bet that everyone in there bought it.
But they were definitely alluding to maybe High Moon Studios developing Transformers 3 game. Like, every time someone
there's no way they're anywhere in that negotiation yet about who's going to be doing that.
Well, anytime they talked about a future Transformers game, Transformers 3 or otherwise, both of them just continue to stress a long-term mutual respectful relationship. And
I don't think they're going to have anything. Well, I mean, I could be wrong, but it seems to me, timeline-wise, that High Moon really couldn't be doing the Transformers 3 game.
Apparently, no one's
whoever's
doing
doing
it right
it would probably have to have already started.
But no one has.
When they were still finishing up.
No one has. It
War
didn't
for
come up at all.
Cybertron. Well, Activision has 100 different studios they could shunt that out to.
Yeah, Activision.
There's no reason to think that they
If
wouldn't.
they were smart, they'd give it to someone who gave a damn about the franchise.
They should give it to us.
They should give the movie game to someone who gives a damn about the franchise.
Can I voice breakdown?
Like, how are they going to affect that?
Can there be some fan service?
What? So they could
Breaker
go to
voice
work
breakdown?
crying every day and find the people who could, like, harden their hearts.
That's
go to
one
work
thing that
without knowing
really.
anything about it.
You don't want your doctor to be your brother or something. You want someone who can make an objective decision.
Yeah, this is This is not going to be a game where it's like, yeah, let's do a lot of stuff for the fans. It's going to be like, okay, Base said that this is where the flying monkeys have to be, so we're going to do the flying monkey level.
Cybertron did a lot of things right, and there's very little I had to nitpick on it.
Played it.
But well, hold on. This isn't a big spoiler.
I'm just saying that I've not even played it yet.
Well,
no, it's not. I don't care if it gets spoiled.
You know breakdowns in the game.
No, I don't know what's in it.
He's one of the first guys building all this other crap. And they talked about him today at the panel.
Get your crap together, Kilby.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, do I follow the Transformers?
You've been playing this DS thing all day. We were like the DS booth. Tiger was over at the Xbox 360 War for Cybertron booth, and we were the DS booth. There was Brian.
Basically.
Well, I'm obviously a big Breakdown fan because my name is Breaker. One thing that really bothered me about that game is that not once did he go, "Stop staring at me" or anything. He wasn't paranoid at all. He was just like, "Oh crap, we're gonna die."
Because he wasn't like that in the cartoon.
Well,
everything in that game is based.
I think there could have been a point when you're fighting, a particular. I don't want to spoil anything. When you're fighting a particular person, where he goes, "Oh my God, he's looking at me,"
Did he ever do that in the cartoon?
Does it matter if you shut your face?
Knowing what you're talking about helps on the podcast.
Oh, you shut up.
He's
supposed to be paranoid.
I'm the host, and I don't know what I'm talking about.
He's supposed to be paranoid.
Yeah, what does knowing what we're talking about have to do with Radio Free Cybertron at all?
XB's asking what does knowing what we're talking about have to do with RFC at all? That's a good question.
That's a good point.
So tomorrow, it looks like there are quite a few things going on. We have the Bob Budiansky panel Redux, which, the Bob Budiansky panel so far has been my favorite panel. Because, again, we learned that Ratchet was originally going to be a girl named either Cool Hand Lube or Grease Finger. So,
I think it's really clear that, Budiansky has finally gotten his stand-up bit together, and we know what we're going to start seeing.
I don't know. Scott McNeil takes the cake for me.
Scott McNeil probably does something different every time, depending on what
he's insane.
He argues with himself
in a wonderful way.
With every voice he's ever done at the same time.
He is insane.
When Solid Snake was arguing with Rat Trap, that was probably the best part of the content for the day for me. It was most
let's see here. Also tomorrow we have Stan Bush is not going to be there tomorrow, but of course I did get my picture. I did high five Stan Bush today, and he signed an autograph for me. Though he must have been tired because he signed it, Brian. You got to the touch.
Awesome.
Yeah. My question is, was he referring to himself as the touch?
Yeah, you got
congratulating you on your arrival.
Yeah, so that's actually hanging up right now in our booth. So if you come by, if someone's actually listening now, and I do know that there are people who are,
steal it.
Yeah, I'm out $5. So.
Yeah, you'll always have that high five.
Yeah, you always have the experience.
I'll always have the high five.
Regret you experienced.
He said that he has had a lot of people come up and ask for a high five. So that's pretty awesome.
It is a memento to the success of Project Awesome.
Project Awesome is a success.
Go Rob.
We have a Paul Eiding, Scott McNeil panel again, which I missed. And draw for trips to 2011, so people who put in their name, which I didn't, I probably should, to possibly win the 2011.
I think we all should, huh?
And the close.
Put my name in.
No, the con closes down at 3:30. Yeah, it closes down at 3:30 tomorrow, which means I'll probably be leaving around 5, which means I'll be home probably around 4 a.m.
Hey, I'm in that boat, man. I'll be driving.
You'll be home later. You'll be home later than me.
Probably. If I stay through the whole thing, I will. But more likely, I'll probably duck out midday. and try to.
When
get
are you
on my
heading
way
out,
home.
John?
I'm gonna head out Monday morning.
Peter,
Sir?
when are you heading out?
I'm staying in Disney.
Oh yeah, you're here another week.
He's here another week.
We should try. We should try.
Living
I
it
don't.
up.
When, do you know when Ender's leaving? Ender just stepped out.
He's leaving tomorrow.
Maybe we should try to do a quick brief recap of the show live, and we'll get back.
Make it rain.
Then we'll get back together on our huge Botcon recap show Wednesday.
Sounds good. Sounds like a plan.
Ender's been braving this week. His wife is at home, literally 9 months pregnant. And he's been here covering Botcon, so that's pretty awesome.
Like
a trooper.
He is a trooper.
Yes, definitely like a trooper.
We give Ender crap, and I really thought I was going to punch him when I met him, but in person he's actually likable, so it's interesting.
Once you associate a face with that voice,
Yeah, you can't hate
falls
him.
together.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
just can't.
Yeah,
Can't do it
humanize
anymore.
Yeah, so that's pretty awesome. So as people keep joining us, I just want to remind you that we're talking about Botcon 2010. We're in 2011's next year.
In Pasadena.
Pasadena again. So that's
You're probably gonna have another one of those block parties too.
yeah, probably. So, but
we can only hope.
That's the big announcement. Besides Rat Trap won the voting.
No,
for the Hall of Fame. Dinobot.
Yeah, where are you at?
Same voice actor.
Same
guy.
Scott. It's Scott.
We all
That's right.
win.
Yeah, Scott.
Cigarettes and cowboy hats for all.
Yeah, Scott.
You all win but me.
Scott McNeil did not give an acceptance speech. I didn't expect that he would, of course, but because he had to rush out to get a smoke right after it was over. It was hilarious.
Must be great, Scott. You just like entertain yourself all day.
Yes.
Yeah. It's great to be him, except for the throat cancer.
In the Hall of Fame, they had the pictures of like Peter Cullen and all those guys in there. But why wasn't Frank there? A picture of Frank Welker in there, like to go along beside the Soundwave figures that were all in those cases.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There were Soundwave figures in
Because
there.
Frank Welker isn't coming this year.
Yeah, the man's a busy man.
Yeah,
it's hard to be God.
But they're not going to hype him.
The song for the
Not gonna
Dinobots tribute video, the Dinobots didn't get it. Oh, for Dinobots tribute video. Well, when he won, it was the touch. But was it the final countdown for?
I
That'd
believe
be awesome.
so.
At the end of the countdown, was he burning in a fire?
No, wait a minute. The final countdown was Shockwave.
So what was what was Dinobots? Do we remember?
Welcome to the Jungle.
Welcome to the Jungle. Okay,
Oh,
yeah. So
that fits too.
they played Welcome to the Jungle when they were announcing the nominees, but when they actually announced who won, it was the touch.
Very cool.
Kilby wins at reading comprehension. Thank you.
Okay, so before we wrap up tonight, I still want to hear what the Sean Long thing was about.
You want to know what the Sean Long thing was about? Okay.
I don't remember his question.
Nobody remembers what his question was. It took him 15 minutes to say it.
Yeah, it's just like one of his reviews. It takes way too long.
It
and by the
was-
time you're at the end, you're bored and you don't know what you're watching.
Yeah, well, he asked a question, which it was long and it was rambly, which, to be totally honest, it's Botcon. You don't get a lot of sleep. So it makes sense that sometimes you can't really, speak what you want to say. But the question was just long and characteristically rambly. And just all of a sudden, some woman said, "What?" And then, like, everyone within earshot just burst out laughing. It was hilarious.
That was probably his mom.
The funny thing is, she screamed it really loudly.
She said it loudly.
She,
It's like,
she went hardcore on it.
it was like, what?
And that's what
Clutching her
everybody-
children to her to keep her away, them away.
And that's when all uneasiness of the question just busted out.
The only the question is, what does Bulkhead look like from Transformers
idea.
Prime? We don't know. All we saw, literally all we saw was a picture of Optimus,
wish we knew.
Megatron, and Bumblebee.
They did say someone did ask what his alt mode would be, and they were just like, "Are you kidding? He's Bulkhead. Imagine a bulky truck." He's like, "Imagine his animated self, only not animated."
Yeah.
Is what they said.
Yeah, so it's going to be boring, basically.
He'll probably still be a giant klutz too.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be like a giant bastion for creativity and new thought in the world of Transformers.
I'm just hoping Soundwave has a bigger role.
It basically sounds like it just wants to be not necessarily fun, but it wants to
Sorry, Cecil.
lowest common denominator.
Yeah, this is like this should have been called Transformers movie cash in.
Yeah,
like that should have been its subtitle. And frankly, the whole like, why is it called Prime? Is it all about Prime? Is this and things like? Yeah, that's the name they cleared.
Sadly, no. I don't think Optimus does.
Clear legal, so we stamped it on the
Like,
show.
Question,
thoughtful. Yes.
Question is, does Prime still want to rip people's faces off? I'm almost certain he does, but he is getting help for that.
I think he's getting like a PG, more PG treatment for the
I
Discovery
don't see any
Kids
particular
network.
reason to think that.
You should also note that.
And I don't think
Brian
he's
is
going to
prescribed antipsychotics.
Antipsychotics, yes, he does need antipsychotics. Actually, after watching Revenge of the Fallen, I need antipsychotics.
You should also reference when they showed Prime for the first time, some guy screamed really loudly, "Give me your face!"
Someone did scream it loudly, and actually, if you really want to see what we're thinking during this, follow us on Twitter at TF Radio, because we're sent. The T-Former stuff is news based. TF Radio is more opinion based. So if you actually want to hear what our snarky comments are, follow TF Radio. Now, if you want up to the date news and up to the minute news and up to the minute news, and all that, tformers.com is your source for news. So
unfortunately,
what was that you were saying a few minutes ago about being not able to express the thoughts the way you want to?
Exactly.
Which is
Hey,
why
it's
Weaver
Botcon.
was typing all this up, and I'm yelling about it.
Yeah. Yeah. So no, I think we're all averaging 4 hours of sleep or less. I got 5. I got 5 hours last night, and that was a lot of sleep. So
I didn't sleeping in the floor right here.
No, you were sleeping. You were on the bed.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, that was before you.
I don't even remember.
I went out
What'd
for
you do to
5
me?
hours while you were asleep.
Matt caught up though. He caught up on sleep a little early.
Yeah, I took a nap.
Yeah,
You guys were out.
and then he shot awake like someone stabbed him with a knife.
But yeah,
it was bizarre.
Yeah, no sleep is to be had at Botcon. So I mean, yeah,
I
understand
rose
that.
from my grave. The sun went down.
You didn't rise. You exploded.
The sun went down. I was like, my powers are restored.
Do we want to go? I guess we can go ahead and wrap up the Friday and Saturday post show report, and we'll actually come back tomorrow after the show's over. Will you have a chance to do that? When are you leaving tomorrow, Ender?
I'll have to see when I need to get a cab. I think my flight's at 8, so
we can probably get half an hour in.
Yeah, we can get something in.
We can get half an hour in, then we'll actually have a big follow up to celebrate not only Botcon but the 1 year anniversary of our momentous return. So
and the passing of Michael Jackson.
I'm not clapping that. I'm clapping.
Yes, you were. You didn't even say it.
Clapping the death or the Michael Jackson?
So, again, for the people who are just tuning in, we are recapping Friday and Saturday at Botcon from the tformers.com penthouse. If you missed it, this will be posted within... what do you think, XV? Do you think you can have this up in about an hour?
Well, hopefully if the Ustream thing does not crash this time when I tell it to stop, there will be a recording of it immediately after we're done.
Perfect. Okay.
Good job.
So,
but
we'll go ahead.
Otherwise, I won't try to have this polished and up within hopefully just a few minutes on tfradio.net.
Excellent. So, we will go ahead and wrap it up for the day. Do you want to go ahead and throw in some of the stuff that we sent you? We can just insert it right here.
It's like putting fluoride in the water.
Yeah, I mean, I've only got the 2 segments you sent me this afternoon, so you want me to pile both of them on the end of this?
We'll leave the Jim Sorensen interview off and do it Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah, I can certainly tack on the other segment you sent. That'll be fine.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and go actually to some audio recorded live on the convention floor at our booth today. So tune in again Sunday around probably 3:30, 4 o'clock Eastern time. We'll do a post-show wrap-up of Botcon 2010. And again, Wednesday we'll be live again with a huge Botcon report show. I want to thank everyone out there for listening. I want to thank the guys in here in the penthouse for being here.
Woo! The penthouse.
It's the penthouse.
Oh yeah.
Where's my food?
You're listening to Radio Free Cybertron from Botcon with Brian Kilby, Rob Springer, and Ender.
So, we just left the Hasbro design panel, saw lots of stuff. It was G1-tastic all around.
This actually made me more interested in Generations than I was before.
I think what's hysterical is how the designers clearly hold everything really cool back for their presentation, even though, technically it's usually supposed to be the smaller one.
Lots and lots of stuff. It was like G1-a-palooza.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
Gun Megatron. No one can complain about this one.
How big is it? Because it fits
It's a Legends.
It's a Legends class.
So it'll be a little bit bigger than the world's smallest.
They said he could be held
by Masterpiece Starscream.
Well, my Masterpiece can already hold as small as Megatron, so probably just half an inch bigger.
Yeah.
Oh. Then again, robot mode
I think
probably
Deluxe
spikes
Jazz
it.
was my favorite.
Yeah. Go ahead.
There was tons of stuff to like there. I mean, everything.
Perceptor, SUV.
And the favorite thing about Perceptor was that they made the SUV. Did you notice the back tire? There were no back tires. There were treads.
Yeah, it's half treads.
So his legs would look like they looked on the old toy, because that's what, for some reason, that
And he had a sniper
microscope had treads. But
And the potential repaint's going
Right,
to
yeah,
be
the
a
sniper.
reflector, which is kind of awesome.
yeah, it looked like that head resculpt looked more like
The original Perceptor.
the original
That's
Perceptor
what I
head. He had
thought
like a
first.
cartoon head and an original Perceptor
This
head.
makes for a great future store exclusive.
Right.
They can do glossy, metallic colors, and it's toy form.
Yeah, or at least get something from Takara like that.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm looking over my Twitter feed because I took notes of everything. We saw pictures of the original 13. We had Megatronus, which is actually the progenitor of Megatron. He has a Decepticon symbol for a face. So
It's very
And
cool.
becomes the phone.
How'd it go?
it's pretty good. We got Headmaster Don here. How's it going?
One real good.
What did you think about the answer to your question? What did you ask?
Okay,
first?
well, actually, I didn't ask. I said thank you for the RC. I thanked him for the RC because after asking for 15 years, I finally get as close as we're going to get about getting an RC. But I also asked about getting some of the Brave, not just the toys. He thought I meant just the toys, but also the characters and the concepts that they used worked back into Transformers as a parallel to the Brave stuff at the end of at the beginning of Brave being the end stuff from the end of Transformers and Battlestars that wasn't used.
Right.
So I think he kind of misunderstood my question, but I appreciate him saying they did look at the Brave molds.
That's interesting.
And they couldn't get them worked in.
It's a shame, really, especially those web diver molds.
I was talking about Web Diver.
Yeah, Web Diver.
Galleon would be awesome.
Well, there's so many unique molds like trains and ships and
Captain
planes,
Shark.
Captain Shark. You've also got combiners that we've never seen before. Design three combiner teams that look good versus what we got with like Road Caesar. Again, so. I also think there's a lot of concepts there that could have been brought over, even that they couldn't bring over the actual figures.
Right.
Like Guardian and Super Guardian. That could be a new style of Protectobot combiner in classics.
Definitely.
Yeah, I was tremendously excited about the RC2, and I mean for obvious reasons for the ones you say, but I also have I have a daughter who was about the age I was when I got into it, who literally just the other day came to inform me that RC is my favorite Transformer, Daddy. And then, but so on the one hand, it's like, wow, that's great. I have this toy for her now, and she can get into it. On the other hand, then she said, and my second favorite is Elita 1, not from animated. Not, she probably hasn't seen, I think, the old episode. But, and on both notes, there's a little bit of like, thank you, Hasbro, for finally making an RC. And you bastards for, not doing it for 25 years and for not doing it enough. And someone in the panel we were just in asked about more girl Transformers, and they kind of,
they did say Slipstream was in the works, but I mean,
which one? I don't know. I don't know. It never. I mean, I know it's a boys' toy line, but I think that's I think it's getting to be a flawed business model in this part of the century because it seems to me like ignoring 51% of the population in your model cannot be the best idea all the time.
Well, girls buy these things too. Girls buy boy toys too. They think they're cool.
There's tons.
It's fair enough for them to have someone.
It's like Bandai and Ben 10. How many Ben 10 figures and aliens have we had? And we've gotten one Gwen.
I just don't understand why they think there's no girls buying these toys. I mean, I can understand. I mean, our culture is all messed up, so they can see there being a reduced amount. But that's cultural too. You're not meeting them halfway either.
Okay, so Botcon, we saw lots of awesome stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
We saw a repaint of Darkmount, which was
Scorpion.
Yes. That was pretty awesome.
Ram head skull on them.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to
Almost
Scorpion.
all the new repaints had new heads, which is really nice.
We saw a Jazz, which I was talking to Vice-Script X on Twitter, and he's like, well, what's it look like? I'm like, well, look at your old Jazz and that articulation.
It's the alternators Jazz, the Masterpiece Jazz you wanted,
but at a price everyone can afford.
Yes, yeah, and the speakers, it has speakers built into the doors that fold out, so he can actually have them out in vehicle mode, and they pop over his shoulder so he can actually blast people.
Yeah, that's a great touch.
Very nice.
We saw a lot of Power Core Combiner stuff, combining Dynamite set called Brimstone. Constructicon set called Steam Hammer, when combined.
That's a great name.
We saw a lot of new Power Core Combiner stuff, including Heavy Tread, who's a tank, and Skyhammer, who's a jet. Those both look excellent. We saw a World War II fighter that was Lugnut inspired. The animated Lugnut. That was excellent.
That was
I love
amazing.
that. G1 Grapple.
G1 Grapple from Inferno.
From Inferno, yes.
Well, he has a new crane.
Yeah, with a crane.
And a new head.
New feet.
He said new head, but it looked like the same head to me.
He said new head, but it did look the same.
We got an Outback figure, but he's now called Fallback.
Just like 05's.
Yep.
Trax looks excellent.
That was out of the
I was stunned by Trax.
And he also has the wing car mode as well.
The wing car mode is possible. Scourge is a deluxe, and it's like way better than the G1 Scourge, and his head will even stick out during flight mode.
Or it can.
It can. You have the option to do either one.
And his weapon puts on his
and instead of space boat, he's some sort of
flying wing.
He looks like a bigger version of Skystalker.
Yeah,
good point.
We have a Scout Wind Charger, which is pretty cool.
Yes.
That was the only Scout that they showed, oddly enough.
Was it?
Yeah, it was the only Scout they showed.
Legends Optimus Prime, was he a deluxe or Voyager?
Legends, he was
Legends. Oh, he was a Legends.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was, I'm thinking Generations.
Yeah.
He was a Legends Optimus Prime.
Yes, as well as Legends Megatron, which is impressive.
Held by Masterpiece Starscream.
Well, I mean, actually, the Optimus Prime looks so good, I thought it was a deluxe.
It does. It looks like a deluxe.
See, I thought it was a deluxe. It has a rub symbol.
Yeah. I already love Legends.
Now that I realize it's the Legends, that's like even more wow.
Yeah, Legends are great. They keep getting better and better. Even the movie Legends are like, they'll get kind of creative with them where they won't with the bigger toys. Like the red Ironhide toy. It's like, that looks great on
Was Cliff Jumper a repaint of the
War for Cybertron? Yeah, there's
Bumblebee.
It looks like he had a new head, but I could be wrong.
Well, they said he was in Prime. He was getting to be his own character, not just a repaint. So maybe this is an intermediate stage between.
Well, they're going to have to because we're going to have Prime for a few months before we get a Prime toy line, and with TF3 coming right around the corner, it might be a while. So it might be the Hunt for Decepticon toys are going to be your stand-in until then. I mean, they look similar enough that kids probably won't mind.
Yeah, apologies that we don't have a really soundproof environment, so you'll hear some people talking in the background, but we're feverishly trying to update all the news items and everything online.
Yes, apologies.
So, no, I mean, it's
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, we're actually on a portable recorder right now instead of on our normal setup. It's just too complicated setting that thing up. And this works just as well.
This works pretty good.
Lesson learned for Botcon 2011.
Although we did look pretty damn high tech yesterday with the mics and all that. People are like, "Oh, are y'all on TV?" I think it was worth it for the show.
Yeah.
I think we should just put the things on the table and then.
Hidden camera show.
So,
well, we did have a hidden camera.
Lots of neat things from today. I think we really covered the big ones. But the big thing from yesterday we learned really was Stan Bush karaoke.
Oh yeah.
I missed something.
I think
you were there.
Stan Bush karaoke? No.
Oh, dude. Okay, without sounding like a stalker. Monzo, John DeLuna, and I were looking for Scott McNeil just to see what he was up to after the Hall of Fame celebration. This was after our live show last night. So we went over to the Swan because we knew he'd walk that way. We walked by the bar, the sushi bar, and we heard someone singing karaoke. He's like, that sounds like Stan Bush. We walked in, lo and behold, it was Stan Bush.
What was he singing?
God, that was so long ago and I had such a headache. I don't remember, but it was basically a Hasbro get together.
Awesome.
The lead producer of Transformers Prime, what was his name? He's an excellent singer. He did La Bamba. He enunciated everything perfectly.
Not only an excellent singer, but we could go. My God, you go so far as say an excellent performer.
I am 100% straight, but if I were like a 16-year-old girl, I would have been up there, dancing everything. So
there's an image we all needed.
And then Stan came on for encore with no less than Greg Lombardo.
Nice.
And then
and sung Hotel California.
Yeah.
Scott McNeil sang too.
Scott McNeil was awesome.
Yeah, Vogel came on for that too.
The song about the Mustang.
Oh yeah, he did
that. Like a recap show.
That
That was pretty funny when
We're low tech today.
when they called Scott McNeil and then Monza just goes, "Barry."
Scott McNeil was out smoking. They called his name to do the song. So Monzo looked out the window, banged on it. Scott looked, threw his cigarette down, and ran in to come in. It was fantastic.
I know, he was outside talking to me, and
Yeah,
it was just like, all of a sudden he was like,
Breaker.
and then gone. I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, see you.
Well, I've got an Scott Hill story if I can share it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
For my roommate David watched Ninja Turtles Next Mutation. Scott did the Bone Steel voice on Next Mutation. Did not know they had done the figure.
Really?
David brought the figure for him to sign. Scott was shocked that they actually had made the figure.
Wow.
So it's like his face is like, what? You know, that was pretty priceless there. He found out the figure wasn't made. Of course, we might hear about Playmates being sued in the next 2 weeks, so that's not good.
Oh wow, I've never seen one of those. I was just gonna say too,
Oh,
watching
great.
Scott.
I've seen
Yeah,
that.
I've never seen that. Watching Scott McNeil up there singing and going nuts, it was like, wow. How can somebody be having such a good time just being alive? I mean, that guy just looks like he is having like so much fun.
Scott McNeil's not a
being
person;
him.
he's a force of nature.
That's
He,
what it
like,
seems
doesn't
like.
stop. I don't think he sleeps at this point.
It was like
He just
the
goes
fun was
going.
like rolling off him around the room. You're like, wow.
And he does the best voice ever, Silver Bolt.
Yeah, Silver Bolt's awesome.
Hey,
He
well,
lives
my
off Pixie
first
sticks.
encounter with him this year was I was up. I was typing something up in the lobby very early in the morning, around 3. I don't know if this is when he got here or what, but I'm sitting there and I'm just like I'm sure I looked horrible and disheveled, and I'm banging away on something. I kind of hear this little chuckle going by me, and it sounds familiar. I'm thinking it must be somebody I know or something. I look up and there's the hat, and he's walking in with somebody in a bikini. I'm like, wow. Like, there's Scott McNeil.
Scott McNeil is awesome.
There's the hat laughing at me going by.
Hey, we got a guest. Ron.
Oh, hi.
Tell us who you are.
Hi, John Bailey, JohnBaileyVO.net. Just want to thank you guys for the animated RC. I went on Facebook, gave that to my daughter for her birthday. She was really, really happy with that. Hard to find in Memphis.
I knew I recognized John when he came by the day before yesterday. He's saying hello to me. I recognize him from somewhere, from Facebook.
Yep. Shameless plug for you guys. TFormers.com. More news and reviews you can use.
So you basically you won the toy and you gave it to your daughter for her birthday?
A lot of fans are going to hate me for that, but yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's a toy, and you give it to a child. A fan can lose this wad. He gets angry as he wants over that. That's tough to talk on. That's awesome. I really like it.
Every kid should have that toy, just so when they get to be taken over for us, when we're in the old toy collector's home playing with. What did this do again? It did something.
So
That's
we're
an awesome
relating with
idea.
Brian
I so
Savage.
want to go to the old toy collector's home.
Transformers have been really important to our family. We have a son that has autism, and it gives something that we connect on. He loves it when I do the voices for him, and sometimes when he just cannot seem to get what he wants to do under control. Just telling him, something like, "Zachary, you must buckle your seatbelts in order to defeat the Decepticons." Instantly calm. He loves the shows. They make toys for his age. He can't really work the more articulated toys, so he works well with the smaller stuff, but he loves it. It's something all my kids
That's awesome.
That's great. Transformers is the whole reason I got into voice acting in the first place, so that was really, really cool.
So basically what you're saying is in a few years when Dawn retires, your daughter's going to be asking for a Headmaster RC?
Probably.
Good. The next generation.
So, John, you
If
said
it's pink, she wants
after 15 years, you got your RC.
Yes. I'm happy. If I never get Headmaster RC, I will live. Now about Masterpiece RC.
Go get him.
Here's the question, Don. With the Daniel headpiece, does he have to be exactly in the exosuit, or will you work with him being basically an unfolded block with a face, like most Headmasters are?
At this point, I don't care. As long as it looks halfway decent. And people have asked me why I like it so much. It's just the fact that Headmasters is a great concept.
Right.
RC's a great character. Two concepts. It's like Reese's and chocolate, peanut butter and chocolate. You made Reese's. You got Headmasters. You got RC. They went together, and nothing was ever put on the shelf for it. Why? But I'm happy. I have animated RC. She's on the desk. I'm good.
That's awesome.
Can't leave without letting me see that.
So, hey guys, do we have anything else we want to cover? We want to make this post-show brief. We have lots of audio for the show on Wednesday.
Yes.
But we just want to get this news out there. Is there anything we want to cover?
I was really impressed that just about every repainting, except for maybe one, I think War for Cybertron, Cliffjumper didn't have it, but all of them had like new heads.
Yeah,
they said something about all the weapons among the deluxes being interchangeable with each other. So Perceptor sniper rifle could be used by somebody else. And I think that's really a good step in a direction as far as repaints go, and it'll really take out a lot of the groans from people on the forums complaining about repaints. So.
Yeah, it seems like the send an extra head with when they get the original mold done that I think we saw last year with the ratchet.
That's genius.
Has become standard procedure. I got the impression last year that they basically like snuck it through like it was an accessory, and now that they've discovered no one cares on that end, they're just like on it with everything.
Best thing ever.
That's great.
That's genius. Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and wrap it up. We'll have the show up Wednesday, the new show, with interviews, commentary, and more on Botcon. So thank you guys for being here, and I want to thank everyone for listening.
You have been listening to the Old Oilhouse. Come visit us at